So, second session of Dungeons and Delts. So, to recap, session 1, the whole party, in their different ways and means and methods, made it into the town of Sanwa in the kingdom of Elsafasi. Um, while arriving, they found that the town was under immediate attack by goblins, so they slaughtered the goblins who were in the town. Very quickly were asked to go and clear out the close encampment for some gold. So they followed suit. They made their way into the goblin hideout and cleared it out. Eventually, they did make their way back to the town of Sanwa, where they collected their reward, leveled up, and took a long rest for the night. So, you guys, um, as you wake up, you benefit from a long rest. You are all now level 2, so you have all your spells, all that jazz for level 2 characters. And as you wake up to a fairly bustling inn for the fact that, well, yesterday this whole town was under slaughter by goblins, what do you all wish to do?
I am very much in need of a clean shirt.
Okay. You can very easily locate yourself a clean shirt. Do you want a new shirt or do you just want this one
No,
washed?
no, I need a new white puffy shirt. I gotta look like a pirate,
Okay,
Alex.
gotcha. Well, you can, if you want to, go ahead and roll a investigation check to see if there is a tailor in town or a seamstress who could in fact make you
Absolutely. Raul needs to look dapper, cause he's still covered in fucking goblin bile.
one.
Where is it up here?
Is there a chance there's anyone who's got a fetish for clothes that are covered in goblin bile?
It's not likely. Most people here do not enjoy goblins and slides. So with an 11, you can probably spend the better part of 20 minutes walking around town, and you'll find that there is one older lady who does do seamstress work and tailoring work, and she could pretty easily both clean and fix your shirt and get it back to you pretty quickly, or you could just buy a new puffy shirt from her, and she would take your old one just to repair it, clean it, and sell it on.
How about both? Dear lady, Raul requests this shirt laundered, cleaned of goblin bile, and a spare, if it please you.
Yep, 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 okay. Um, well, one second. And you see her hop down. It is a small, like a very small, crotchety, older human lady. She gets off of her stool. She has a cane at her side, and she's pretty hunchback. She's looking like she's in her sunset years, like very close to not being of this world much longer. And she very slowly shambles over to um, a coat hanger hanging along. And on this rack, you see the white puffy shirt she grabs. You see a whole host of other garments, anywhere from decently nice suits and dresses to like work pants. You do know this is more of a fishing town, so most of the clothing that she sells here is fairly durable. So she goes through for a second and she finds the shirt that you point to. You tell her that you want, and she brings it back to you. Goes, that'll be 1 silver, please, for the shirt, and then another 1 silver to get the other one cleaned and repaired.
Thank you, dear lady.
While he is off getting his shirt repaired and replaced, what do the other four of you wish to do?
Move.
Is there a blacksmith around here I can get weapon or armor upgrades?
What kind of armor upgrades and weapon upgrades are you looking for?
Um, probably something to protect me a little better since I tend to run in head first into danger.
Let's see. Yeah, that'll happen. What kind of armor are you currently wearing? You're wearing chainmail. So, you have 110 gold. Let's see what you can actually wear that they don't have. Chainmail has a 16 breastplate, chain shirt, half plate. Right now, you pretty much, yeah, unless you decide to don a shield and a one-handed sword, the best stuff that you can wear you cannot afford. So, because the next upgrade for you, as far as like armor upgrades, would be full plate gear, and you know just from being a purveyor of heavier armors that it's anywhere between 750 and 1,000 gold for a full set of plate gear. But if you wanted to
Gotcha.
buy like a one-handed longsword and a shield, you could very likely find that in this town. Um, so that's up to you. But I know you like to use your two-handed sword, so that is you use
I
it
will not
as
part with
you
my.
use it as a two-handed sword. So you can continue to do that, or you can use your bottomless dead stick as a one-handed weapon because it has that capability and wield a shield. You have a shield actually, so you can just wield it if you wanted to. Yeah, you have everything you can possibly use right now that you can afford. So, yeah,
Okay.
cool.
All right.
The other three.
One day I might add a shield.
Okay. I mean, you have one on your person. You just don't ever wear it. So.
Oh, I have a bread bowl.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have a bread bowl. You just don't ever use it. It's basically on your back. You just don't you choose not to use it because you use your longsword as a
For anyone,
two-handed weapon instead to hit a little
for anyone
harder.
who tries to shoot me from behind.
So while you see your fighter going through your fiery fighter going through their equipment, just checking what they got, seeing what they could potentially upgrade. What do the other three of you want to do?
Are potions a thing that we could buy, like health potions and shit?
You can do an investigation check and see if there are any in this town that you can buy, because yes, they are in fact things you can buy.
Oh, okay. How do I do an investigation check?
So do you have your D&D Beyond character sheet open?
I do.
If you click on investigation, there should be, if you've downloaded the Beyond 20 link, which I think you probably have, if you click on
Probably.
investigation and then just click on the red button that appears in the thing that appears to the right, it should automatically roll it for you. There you go.
Ah.
A 10. So you make your way through the town, kind of following suit with Raoul, kind of looking for specific things. So you guys are kind of all just making my way, meandering around. And
Downtown, da 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 da.
oh, I gotta find it. They don't like to put these in here properly. Potion of. I'm pretty sure, if I recall, they are 50 gold, but let me double check because I think you might have enough for one. And they don't have a lot of them in this town.
What do they have?
They are, no, they're 100 gold. Sorry, a standard potion of healing is 100 gold. So.
Can I purchase a longsword from the blacksmith?
Yes, you absolutely can purchase a longsword from the blacksmith. So it's this. You guys just tell me what you want to buy, and I'll tell you how much it costs, and you deduct that much from your thing, and that way we don't have to roleplay 30 different shops. A longsword.
All in one shop.
A longsword is 15 gold. So deduct 15 gold and take on a longsword. And if you want a shield, you can also get a shield because I think you can wield shields.
Let me check.
And if you
Looking at the armory,
Mhm.
do I see any maces or equals that may appear stronger than my own?
What's the damage on your current one?
1d6 on the mace and 1d8 on the equal.
No, you do not see anything.
No.
The only thing that would be stronger than that would be if you wielded a longsword with two hands, and that would be 1d10. That would be, and it's 1d10 plus strength. So that's, you can do that if you want to. That's up to you. As far as potions go, Pete, you can find, there is a shop that has some healing potions. They have 6 total, and they let you know that they are in fact 100 gold coins apiece. So.
And where does it say how much gold I have?
If you go into your equipment, yeah, if you click on equipment, it should have a little number
Got it.
beside some
Okay,
gold.
cool.
Yep, so that's how much gold you have. And as you earn gold and spend gold, you can obviously adjust that accordingly. So you don't currently have enough to buy a potion of healing.
Do they haggle?
They do, but I can tell you he's not going to get it down. You can try, see how low you can get it. I don't think you're going to get that much off, but you can certainly try.
I'll do it later.
Okay, cool. Anything else you want to look like you might want to buy?
How much is a shield?
Don't think so.
Shield. If you go into manage equipment and search shield, so shield's 10 gold. So for a longsword and a shield, it's 25 gold.
Okay, then I'll just deduct another 10.
Cool, and just add a shield and make sure you equip it.
Yep.
Anything else you want to buy, Raoul? Or look for?
Raoul would like to look for a place of delicate meats. It's street meat, if you would.
Just straight meat?
Street meat.
Oh, street meat. Gotcha.
Ooh, rodent.
As you guys are all kind of perusing around town, making your way through shops, and just kind of generally taking in the scenery, you actually hear a gentleman yelling from down here. And as you make your way down, you're not actually in the water. You're on the dock here. You see that they are selling charbroiled fish on a stick.
Ooh. I
Char-
would like to ask
Charbroiled
him if-
snapper on a stick here. Snapper on a stick here.
Pardon me, good sir, but how much is that charred broiled snapper on a stick?
2 copper a stick.
What about for some heroes who just saved the town from goblins?
2 copper a stick.
Let me ask you something, good sir. Do you have a nice egg for me in this trying time?
He looks at you very confused. Says, "No, I saw snapper on a stick."
Humbly like to request an egg. That's really all roll once.
He just looks at you confused. I'm not your guy for eggs. Go to the inn. They might have eggs.
I'll give him 2 copper.
Okay. He gives you a snapper on a stick. You basically have like the small 8-inch fish that's been skewered from top to tail and charbroiled. So
I'm gonna attempt to play Layla, and beg for food. Just 'cause I
okay. Go ahead and roll a performance check.
Performance. I want an egg.
9. He looks at you and goes, I'll give it to you for a copper instead of 2.
Sold.
All right, so you get a snapper on a stick. Take 1 copper out of your inventory. That's basically like 50 cents. So, you know. So you guys got everything you're looking for. As you guys are out and about throughout the town, you get approached by a small human looking man, probably not much older than 19, 20. It says, are you the people who killed the goblins yesterday?
That is us.
The town speaker, he's sending for you. He wishes for me to come and get you. He has a job for you. Seems you may be able to do it.
Let's check
Sounds
it out.
interesting. Can you tell us any more?
I don't know. I was just told to. I apologize. I don't know. I was just told to come and find you, because I am very fleet of foot, and I have no other responsibilities right now. This is my job today, to find you.
Layla, Raoul was not listening.
If you wish to follow me, then please come with me.
What say the rest of you? I say we follow him.
I'm intrigued.
The little man said I see no downside.
Yeah, they paid us for the last job.
Cool. So he basically walks you over here to this little district, and this gray house that's up here. This is effectively the town speaker's house. Like town speaker is basically the mayor.
Sure.
So the kid says, "Wait here real quick," or the young man, should I say, goes inside. He comes back out, and he says, "I present to you the town speaker, Mr. Leonard Fellbottom." And you see this male human, about late 40s, early 50s, kind of shabby, 5 o'clock shadow, it looks like, even though it's not too late in the morning. He's about 5'8", short brown hair, green eyes, with tanned, leathered skin, with very worked hands. It looks like he, for the majority of his life, has probably been a laborer of some sorts. You imagine likely a fisherman of sorts, maybe a carpenter. Yeah, right. So he is the town speaker of the town. You don't know how recently, but he looks very exhausted and has a look of concern in his dark, sallow eyes. He's got very deep, dark black bags under his eyes, and it looks like he hasn't slept in, well, at least a week. And he says, "Thank you, Jim. You can go home. do whatever it is that you need to do, and he gives him 2 silver for his trouble of finding you. Um, are you the ones who killed the goblins yesterday?
That would be us.
Okay. I know I don't really know you much. You don't know me at all. You don't really have a debt to this town in any way, and we do appreciate what you did. But I do have a job um, that I would like to enlist you for if you are open to such things.
What's
Do
your
we
pay?
get to kill more things?
Yes, you would likely
Raoul's
get to kill
slut for money.
things. And yes, I will pay you. It's we can afford, and he kind of pulls a little book. It looks like a ledger of some type out of his coat pocket. It says I can offer you 50 gold a person and a magical item in my office called a drift globe. And if anybody who is magical, any of you wants to roll an Arcana check, I will tell you what a drift globe is.
So I'll roll that.
Hey,
'Kay. 14, 11. Anybody else want to roll? 19. Nice. Cool. Good. Okay.
I'm not magical, right?
You can roll it if you want. It's a magical item, so you may have heard of it. All right. So with your 19s, you both know that a drift globe. This is actually a picture of it. This is what it does. It's basically a small sphere of glass that weighs a pound, and you can speak its command word, and this thing basically floats around you. You can cause it to rise into the air up to 5 feet, and it produces daylight. But you can only use it once a day. It can do light or the daylight spell. And the daylight spell is basically you produce daylight in a huge radius, whereas the light cantrip produces bright light for 20 feet and dim light for another 20 feet. So it's basically a floating flashlight that he's offering you, as well as 50 gold each. And it's just
So a floating ball of energy.
yeah, basically.
All right, cool.
So
Is it a spirit bomb?
I would like to make a perception check. I'm curious about the state of this house.
okay, go ahead and make a perception check. And you're talking about the house that he came out of. Ooh,
Yeah.
it looks like it's seen better days. It's seen
I
better
close-
days, but nothing really crazy about it.
Raoul.
Um, well, if you're willing to take the job, I can give you more information.
What's everyone thinking?
I mean, I'm not going to take the job unless I know what it is.
And he
Yeah, what
nods.
happens if we say yes and then back out when we hear what it is?
And well, I'm not going to pay you until you return from the job. So I mean,
So hey, Alex, with a question.
Mhm.
So a 3 on perception check for his house. What like am I aware of what type of states this thing in?
oh yeah, I said it looked older, like it's seen better days, but
Okay,
nothing like too broken down and damaged.
And he looks like a Ryan Ontario type.
I mean, yeah, he looks like a guy who's in his late 40s, early 50s, has been a laborer for a long time. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
there you go. But yeah,
As an aside, Raoul would like the conference.
and he kind of
Okay.
just waves his me, be my guest. I'll be over here just waiting. And he just kind of leans up against his own door, and he pulls out a notebook and he just starts like writing stuff down. It looks like he's either writing a list of tasks that he needs to complete or like a checklist of things, just general information he's writing down.
Okay, so Raoul, not sharpest tool in shed. 50 gold apiece. 1, 2, 6 of us. 300 gold. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
That,
What about house?
you-
Says man has 300 gold.
Well, we could ask to see the gold before we take the job.
looking at this house, does this house look like this dude's going to be taking 300 gold? Or is this guy just talking out of his ass?
Just trying to keep things about the economy in mind. I paid a silver for a fucking shirt, so
Yeah.
Instead of gold, can I proposition him for real estate?
Everybody always wants to buy a house in the first town. Every single campaign I've ever run, this is the exact discussion that happens every single time. Yeah, I
Or
can.
at least a free room in an inn?
So as far as all right, so we'll address these in the order that they came up. Victor, go ahead and roll me a just straight intelligence check.
Intelli. Okay. Intelli. No, that's a saving throw. Where can I find my intelligence?
If you look at the if you look at your character
If
sheet,
you have to look, you
yeah,
don't have it.
it literally over your saving throws. If you look
Oh,
at those
right
numbers,
there.
yep, yep. So an 11. Okay, cool. So with an with an 11, you can assume that he's not going to be paying you out of his own pocket. You feel like he's probably got access to some type of funds that maybe a normal person in this town doesn't.
Interesting.
And you do
Okay.
know, after all, he is effectively the mayor of the town. But that's all you know from what the person who offered you, who brought you here, told you. So,
Well, I, for one, need to acquire as much gold as possible to one day build my own olive garden. So I am willing to accept this man's offer.
I'd like to hear what the job is.
All right, Raoul has counter proposal for little old man. Raoul, if Raoul does not receive 50 gold, Raoul will cleave old man in half. Fair trade?
I have no intention of not paying you the money that you earned as long as you complete the job.
Then no problem.
And he kind of looks confused and he's like, okay. Are you interested in hearing about the job, or are you just
Yeah, Raoul, accept job.
Give us the details.
okay?
Raoul with 50 gold, Raoul
So-
will cleave man in half.
So every year, about the same time, a victim is taken from our town. A citizen, typically, it's a child, and once they're taken, we don't ever seem to be able to find them or see them again. We know where they're taken to, generally, but we've never been able to recover them and bring them back. Any townsfolk that have gone, or anyone that we've tried to enlist to go and get them, just don't ever seem to really come back. We don't know if they die, if they just leave. We don't know. But this job's a little more personal to me because this time it was my daughter that was taken. My daughter Sarah. She's been taken, and I don't have the strength to get her back. So we need to find those who can. And since you freed us from the goblin, the goblin incursion yesterday, I thought maybe you would be the group to finally end this annual, hellacious event that occurs here. Um, I can tell you that the trail that we always manage to track any footprints or any kind of tracks that they leave, it leads down to a waterfall which we call at this point the Tears of the Nine Hells, and it's 3 days west of town. But if you can go there, you can find Sarah, you can bring her back, and you can end whatever is causing this to happen. Like I said, we'll give you 50 gold each and a drift globe. That's really the best magical item we have in town that might be of value to you in some way, shape, or form. And then you would be able to stay at the tavern here for a week with no costs, meals included, if that is also
So-
of interest to you.
What makes this an annual occasion?
We don't.
Do they have some sort of ritual?
No, it just seems that about this time every year, after we complete the celebration of the water harvest, where we celebrate our annual amounts of fishing and waterfowl that we've been able to put into reserves for the coming seasons. About a week or two after that, we always have one member of our town go missing, and yeah, this has been going on for about 4 years at this point. We thought it was just coincidence the first two because there didn't really seem to be any common themes, but now that we look back, this year and the 3 previous years, the themes always seem to be the same. It happens 2 weeks after our water festival, and it's always dead of night. A person under the age of 12 seems to go missing, and 3 of the 4 times they have been young girls. Um, and they always seem to come from members of the town who aren't necessarily prominent, but they're not the most worse for wear townsfolk, because we're not obviously a very wealthy populace here, but there are those who do a little better than others just based on what it is that they do, as in every town. Um, but yeah, so.
Was there any discerning uh, event that happened 4 years ago to cause this?
Um, go ahead. I think there was something that happened, and it was really strange, but it got kind of chalked up to a natural phenomenon, and it hasn't happened since. It was just one day for a 24-hour period. Um, Nobody could leave their houses because it seemed like spiders were just raining from the sky. It was very odd and very terrifying.
Spiders?
Yes.
Can I do
Spider.
a knowledge arcana check to see if that was a spell or anything?
You can go ahead and make a Arcana or a History check, whichever you would prefer.
Oh, I'll do that.
If you have proficiency in Arcana or History, you can roll on that. So you rolled a 9. You rolled a 16. So,
Okay, well,
you have heard. Well, you might not know. So you know from your actual knowledge that there are spiders once a year in certain countries on your planet. Oh no, Golis, you're from here. Neo, you would know. Hearing this, you would know that there are some creatures like these spiders that do rain down from the sky at certain parts of the year, and you know it to be like a weird mating thing, but it's terrifying, so you try not to go near it, obviously.
okay.
Golos, as far as history goes, you have heard of magics that can do this. You've never seen it yourself, nor do you have the capability, at least now, of performing said magics. But you know there is a type of magic that you can make terrain and those things affecting terrain come up in somewhat of a hallucination, and it seems like it's real, and that seems to be able to last for a decent amount of time, whether that's a few hours or a day or a little bit longer. You're not quite sure because you don't know the ins and outs of that particular spell, but you do know there is a way to make some type of hallucinatory terrain or events happen if you're strong enough in the arcane arts.
So I'm gonna make a real quick perception check. I'm just curious how many, I don't know, call it for lack of a better word, street urchins are on the street, like vagabond kids, that type of thing.
We'll go ahead and roll a perception 8. So you see there are a couple people around. There's some kids running around playing, just playing random street games like kids do. They're dirty. They're not necessarily clean, or they don't look like they're homeless or anything. There doesn't seem like there is, from what you've seen so far, there does not seem like there is a large homeless population. Now that could be because goblins have been relentlessly invading over the past couple of days and just murdering people. So if there were homeless people, you imagine that they may have acquired homes in the recent days due to other townsfolk being murdered. But it doesn't look like there are that many vagabonds, at least not on the street where you guys are anyway.
Okay.
So.
I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna kind of wander away from the party and approach one of the kids.
Okay, so we'll say that you move over. Well, let's move here because they're playing between because this is right as far as landscape is accurate. There's the field and broken fence up here, so they're kind of just playing, doing dumb kid games over there.
Sure. So I'm gonna pull out a gold piece and kind of walk it across my fingers and see if any of them come over to me.
Go ahead and roll a performance check just to see how long it would take for them to notice you doing that. Oh, your dice hate you today. It takes a couple of minutes. You see that whether they're playing tag or hide and seek or whatever it is they're playing, you stand there for a couple of minutes, kind of like floating this coin between your hands, and they look at you, and it kind of seems like they think you might just be doing that out of boredom, but then they realize that you're staring at them and it almost looks like you're waiting for something. So one of them comes down to you and goes, "All right, mister, what can I do for you?"
Little master.
I
got 1 gold coin for you.
Oh yeah? What do you need?
And more in the future. I want to know next time I come back here everything about that man. Where he comes, where he goes.
Which man? The mayor? The speaker?
Yes.
Oh, all right. That's fine. I can do that. And he hands out his coin. Hands out his hand for the coin.
All right. Give it to him.
Cool. So he takes it. He goes, and he bites it to make sure it's real. And he's like, real gold. Puts it in his pocket and just scurries back away to his friend.
And tell your friends I will pay them for information.
And he turns to you and he gives you the finger guns and winks and then runs back.
Well, I just got robbed. That's fine.
Okay, so you're up there talking to kids. He's down here giving you a little bit more of a description for the job. Any other questions you have for the town speaker, whose name, by the way, is Leonard Fellbottom, which I told you, but just in case.
I would ask Leonard about any kinds of enemies he already has. His position of power in the village.
I don't necessarily have any enemies myself. I mean, the town has some trading competition, but it's nothing that's like violent or anything like that. There are towns quite a few miles away whose name escaped me at the current moment, but I mean, they try to sell their fish for cheaper than ours, but we have a higher quality product due to the way that we catch them. So it's not like they're not sending spies to kill us and we're not sending spies to kill them, but yeah, it doesn't seem like any of the local towns have any issue with us. I mean, we're not the only ones who have had people go missing over the past 4 years, so maybe it's happening in more places than just here. I couldn't say. I've been here for 25 years, so. Any other information you need for this job to take it? You will take it, correct? I heard you say yes, but I just want to confirm.
Yeah, we will take it.
Okay. He says, "Well, let me draw you a quick map so that you at least don't get as lost. I don't know how familiar the 5 of you are with the grounds here." And you see Raoul steps back over, looking like they kind of pleased with themselves. Just kind of, they were gone and now they're back. Okay. Don't really know what they went to do, but he says, "1 second," and he puts his ledger away and he pulls out a bigger like notebook effectively, and draws just like a quick map that shows the town where you're at and how there are 3 roads leaving. You got the one over here to the north, the one to the east, and then the one over here to the west. I know this map is indicated strangely, but yeah. So he directs and he kind of draws up to the waterfall. It says, if you follow this road for 3 days, you'll make it to the Tears of the Nine Hells, and that's where we always lose their trail. That's where we've gone. We've sent people, and they've not come back. We've always managed to track footsteps there or footprints there, and then yeah, we've.
Is that Tears of the Nine Hells like T-I-E-R
Nope.
or T-E-A-R?
T-E-A-R-S, like they're crying.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other supplies that he's going to hook us up with for a trip like this, since he knows the area better?
He will give you each a week's worth of rations so that you can have enough, because basically one amount of rations lasts a full day. So you get a week's worth, basically 3 days there, 3 days back, and then a day just in between. So you guys should all have rations in your inventory anyway, but if not, you all get 7 days worth of rations on top of whatever you may have already had. So I see, like you, Pete, you have 10 days of rations. So you now have 17 days worth of rations. They're dry rations. It's basically like jerky and some water. It's nothing like super great, but it's enough to keep you nice and strong. And there you go, jerky, dried fruit, hardtack, and nuts, and then some water. So, but yeah, so he gives you that, and he bows his head very graciously. Says, "Thank you, thank you. I really hope you can find her. I really hope that you can figure out whatever's causing this and, well, bring it to an end so this doesn't happen to any other families ever again." Anything else you guys want to do in town before you head off?
Is there a like foster home or anything around, or like homeless kids?
I already searched for the homeless.
If you want to
Well, I know who to search for.
if you want to spend some the next hour or two walking through the town, kind of taking a deeper investigation, you all can do that to look for the orphanage, if there is one. But you offhand are not sure. Just like with Raoul looking, it's not like you saw between waking up this morning and kind of walking around shopping and going down to um, the water's edge. You haven't seen a lot of what seem to be homeless kids. You haven't seen what seem to be a lot of homeless people. So you don't know if they're dead or there just aren't any or whatever that situation is. But if you want to spend some time in a few hours looking for an orphanage, you can do that. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay, cool.
So before I leave, I'm gonna go to the other side of town and look for another group of kids.
Okay.
And I want to make them the same offer.
Okay, go ahead and roll performance again. We'll see how many kids you can wrangle up this time.
Sounds gross.
17.
Your
I'm
kid. Making a street gang, Kellen.
So your performance is it draws interest a lot quicker this time. Instead of just there being 2 or 3 kids, you find a group of kids. There's probably 7 or 8 this time. They look like they were maybe playing. They were playing with a ball of some sort. A gaggle of kids. A gaggle of teens or swans, if you will. But they're kicking some type of ball around, playing some type of ball game, and you offer them the same deal, and they respond to you effectively the same way.
There's a caveat. Raoul will pay you lot 1 extra gold if you can acquire better information than the kids across town.
And they kind of look at you, and then look at each other, and then look back, and who looks to be leader, or at least the person who stepped up to be the face of this group, sticks their hand out to give you a predator handshake in agreement.
Fabulous. Let's start a fucking gang war.
All right, so you book it down there, and you book it back to the group. And so you got anything else you want to do in town, or are you heading on out?
Well, given the fact that our supposed enemy is spiders that fall from the sky in what I believe is a mating ritual, I say we got to get rid of these things because that's a huge nope.
Yeah, that's a big fat nope.
I've never been more happy that my hair is made of fire.
All right, so let me get you guys onto the right page here. Daylight mode on. Paste. There we go. And kick this over here. So, can you guys see what's on this map?
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
Cool. It looks like you're in the woods and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where's grandmother's house?
All right.
I'm just getting a black screen. Oh, there we go. I'm in the woods.
Yeah, I want to make sure. Oh, for some reason, yeah, it did. Oh, that's why, because I changed your token and I didn't have dynamic dark vision turned on for your token. That's why, because you wanted a different image. So there you go. All right, so you guys spend the first day just kind of following this road to where off to the western direction. You got to leave probably late morning, so we'll say about 10:30, 11 o'clock. You guys got to leave. You got to leave town. The town of El Safasi, or the Sanwa, sorry, the kingdom of El Safasi. Anything you want to do during your first day's travel?
I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more.
Just singing, huh? Okay. Anything else? Anyone in particular? anything in particular anybody wants to do during your day of travel?
Anyone?
As we're walking through this trail, does it look just like a singular trail that merchants would go through and then trees behind it, or does there look to be any activity
So
in the
it looks like it is. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
So 15. So you see this is a pretty well-traveled road. It looks like, excuse me, like it's probably a good trading route, if not just a traveling path that people, whether on horses, wagons, on foot, they take this because it seems to be comparatively fairly safe and easily traversable. You looking through the woods, you have your regular wildlife. You see deer off in the distance a little bit. You see there are rabbits and small critters. There are birds and other animals, but nothing seems to really bother you. Like you get animals that'll stop and kind of turn their head and look at you inquisitively, but nothing that really jumps out to you as if it's dangerous. Nothing here seems abnormal as far as like animals that are here. So.
Okay.
How do we keep an eye out for bandits? Do we like roll perception for that?
Yeah, you can just roll a perception check.
Alrighty.
How do I roll things again?
So do you have your
to...
there you go, your D&D Beyond sheet? If you click on like deception or something, you should have another little pop-up that shows up on your screen, and then click on the Beyond 20 button.
The little B.
Mine's a little B dice.
I gotta imagine I'm too busy humming and singing to myself to roll perception.
Okay. It's cool. There you go. So roll twice. So you got 3 for perception. So you guys are just kind of, those of you who got under 10. So you're mainly paying attention to Raoul playing his mini baby grand piano that's strapped to him, just singing and humming. And for
singing the Proclaimers.
For a Minotaur, they have a surprisingly good voice. Not something you would have necessarily expected from a big beefy boy.
Didn't
No,
think you could
listen,
sing that
he's
high.
a very large human.
Oh, wait, he's a very large human. That is right. You all know him to be a Minotaur because he has horns, but Raoul acts like a human man. So,
would anyone care to get some practice in and spar?
Can I toll the dead a random deer?
I mean, you can. Go ahead and just roll a Toll the Dead attack on a random deer. It's gonna fail, and it's gonna die.
Ooh.
God damn it, man! You ruined my melody!
Hey guys, looks like we have dinner.
Cool. So about this time, it's probably getting to be about dinner time. You've been traveling for best part of a day. If anybody wants to spar with Oliver, you are more than welcome to. Otherwise, Oliver, you can just practice sparring by yourself in the evening.
I will indulge the little man.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just do opposed athletic checks, and we'll do the first to 3 wins. So both of you roll athletics checks, because this way it's not gonna be like you're damaging each other. So you roll a 15. Oliver, go ahead and roll an athletics check. 5. Okay, so Raoul gets the better of you for the first go round, and with some finesse of a fencer, just gets you for a point. Roll your second athletics checks.
The large human seems to be a formidable opponent.
But immediately you parry. After you are hit, you quickly parry and get a point back. Okay, so you are tied at 1. Go again. 13 to 10. So Oliver, being the trained swordsman that you are, you get a second point. Go.
Arcane sorcery!
Okay, go again. Another athletics check. Wow.
Woo!
So, Oliver, you see Raoul just snort hot air from their nose, and they basically, after you touch them with your sword, they just whip it away and go to jab you and just catch you for a point in the lower left ribs. Go ahead and roll the deciding point winner. So you getting that, you basically spin and just tap him in the back of the knee, and Raoul, you go down onto one knee as he doesn't like slice you or anything. He just like hits you in the back of the knee, dropping you down to 1, and he is the winner of the evening spar.
Well fought, Raoul. But when you're here, you're family.
Family? Family is dead.
Well,
Mine too, good sir.
there you go. So you guys, as you're sparring, the others seem to be field dressing this deer and cooking it. So you guys have a fire started, you have camp set up, you got dinner being made, and you come down and you guys can all share a meal. You don't have, because you have, you ate this morning and you hunted for your food, you do not in fact have to burn any day's worth of rations. So you still have your full week's worth of rations that the town speaker gave you. And as you finish your meal, it is starting to get a little dark. Do you wish to camp on the road or off to the side of the road?
To the side.
Okay. So do you want to set up watches for the evening, or do you just want to all sleep right through?
Raoul accepts first watch.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'll be on watch.
Raul will do a watch, Neil will do a watch, and who else is going to do a watch?
I'll take a watch.
Okay. So Raul, go ahead and roll a perception check first.
Yeah, I'm super good at this.
An 11? Okay.
God damn, I am rolling so bad today.
So you're actually kind of tired from the sparring that you had with Oliver. So your eyes are, it's hard to keep them open a little bit, but you were able to do it without much. You don't see a lot happen on your first shift. You hear the creatures of the night, you see the fire crackling, and that's really, you're kind of staring into the crackling of the fire, and without dark vision you can only see a limited distance anyway, so you're kind of getting snoozy. But right when you start to know you're getting to the end of your watch, you kick your weird mechanized looking compatriot to wake up, and then you just collapse and fall asleep. Neo, go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
He's all tuckered out.
Pete, since I have dark vision, do you want me to take the final
Damn
watch?
it!
That ship has sailed.
I've got a lot of points in perception.
That's fine. Okay, so as you, Neo, as you are keeping watch, you actually find yourself to be falling asleep. And as you fall asleep, I blah 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 blah. Where's the button I'm looking for? I am going to. You feel this creature out of nowhere land on top of you, and I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Thanks.
So
There you go.
you awaken to this on top of you, to a panther on top of you, and I need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative, as when you wake up now, you see that you are surrounded by a pack of panthers.
Too bad it's not a cougar, right, Vic?
So if you actually click on your token and then roll initiative, it'll automatically add you to the turn order. Fun fact, just so you know. Oh no, why did it?
Is that another 20 into initiative?
Sounds
Let's
right.
go.
Where?
Woken
right,
up
so
the beast.
No, it's actually 18, Neo, because you rolled twice for some reason.
So the 18 is what we're clicking?
So for you,
that music's loud.
you would click on, you can just turn it down too. So if you click on, you got to turn down Groovy itself. I can't control how loud it is for you. So right click on Groovy and go to user volume, and you can turn it down. So, and that's how you do it, so you don't deafen yourself. But as far as initiative goes, Peter, if you look at your character sheet, you have a +1 initiative. It's by your armor class. So if you click on your token, then go back to your sheet and click on that, it should roll it for you.
Where do I turn it down?
Click on my token and go. Oh, I am too. I got you. I think. Nope, that's intelligence. Idiot.
I'm just saying, this is a temperate zone.
We can use that, and we'll just say it's a 9, so you can add 1 to it instead of a 0. So it's a 9. So we need Golos. You also rolled a 9. You have a plus. You have both have a +1. So we'll just say Golos.
No.
You'll go first because you rolled first. And Oliver, what did you roll for initiative?
I still don't know how to do that.
So if you look on your character sheet, you should see where like you have your skills, like your acrobatics and stuff. To the right of that, there's a weird little six-sided
Oh,
thing.
I see it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, it's right there.
Okay. Sorry.
Yep, you're good.
You can take whichever role it's supposed to be. I just want to make sure I found it.
Still can't get this music to turn down.
You got to right-click on the Groovy bot in the chat channel
On Discord.
on Discord.
There we go.
You get it?
I did, Mister. Hey, this may seem like a type of off-kilter question, Alex, but how many eggs do you think you're gonna eat in one sitting?
The answer is actually like 62, I think.
The correct answer. I mean, 62 seems like a lot. I mean,
That's
Coley and Luke eat fucking 50.
Did you figure out how to turn it on, Kellen?
To do what now?
He's trying to turn down the Groovy bot.
Oh yeah,
and he's having problems.
I figured out how to do it.
Yeah. Everybody figure out how to turn it down?
I'm good.
Cool. All right, Oliver, you're up first in combat. What you want to
Sorry,
do?
I still trying to figure out this noise.
If you right-click on GroovyBot in the chat, in the voice chat, in your Discord, you can turn it down. There, it just says volume.
Hey, tell me right now while it's quiet.
Right-click on it while
Right click on what?
on Groovy, and it says GroovyBot, or it says Groovy in the voice channel. Right-click on that, and then you should have a little thing that says user volume. Just turn that down to whatever percentage you want it to be.
Oh, okay.
And it's the same for you,
Oh my
Vic. You can
God,
turn it
that's
up
so
and
much
down.
better.
Yeah, you can turn it. You just have to adjust that to whatever works comfortably for you, because I can only change it for me. So
Gotcha. I kept hearing right click, and then it was like dun 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 dun, and then I'm like, oh god, right click on what? For the
Right. I had heart palpitations because everything was coming out of my speakers.
all right, Oliver, it is your turn. What do you want to do? You have these 4 panthers that have made their way around you. One of
Wow,
them,
where'd the other 3 come from?
they were there. They were hunting as a pack.
Oh fucking A. All right. I roll on attack. What do I roll?
You can roll. So if you want to attack them, you can just stand up and you can click. Tell me which one you want to attack, and then you would roll an attack roll. So like for your longsword, you would click on it, and then you would click. You would get that little window that pops up on the right, and you can click beyond 20, and it will automatically roll attack and automatically roll damage. So we could put you right here. You don't have to be on top of him.
Wait, sorry. Again. All right. So I now what do? I right click?
Yep. So if you go into your character sheet on D&D Beyond,
Yeah.
if you click on like longsword or whatever your weapon is, you'll see the little
Yeah.
window pop to the side, and you see the Beyond 20 button, the red one.
Yep.
Click on that. There you go. So you rolled a 14. So a 14 does hit. So go ahead and click the pink word that says longsword. So under 14. There you go. And you're doing it two-handed. So because it rolls it like this, I will never have you take less damage for 2 hands than 1 hand, because you're effectively
Okay.
hitting harder. So with the 13, you get up really quickly, and you basically slash down on top of this panther, ending its life. And
When
that's
you're here, you're family.
right. So that's your turn, because you only get 1 attack, unless you want to action surge, which you now have, which means you can burn that, and you can attack. You can do a second action. That's up to you.
Would a second action mean I could move and attack?
You
or-
still have movement, so you only use like 5 feet of
Okay.
movement to get there. So you still have movement. You could action surge, which you get once per short rest as a fighter, and you can do another action, which means you could attack again if you wanted
I
to.
will action surge. Where do
Okay.
I hit that?
I got the other panther.
Yep. So you get to attack again, but if you look in your character sheet, I'll find it for you while you just roll the attack again, and I'll tell you where to find it. The action surge. So.
Oh yeah, he hits.
Yeah, so if you scroll down in your,
Oh,
so on your main page where it says like your crossbow, your longsword produce flame, if you scroll to the bottom of that, it says action surge, and it says you can take it 1 time per short rest, and you did. So, and you slash onto this panther. It's not dead, but it's looking real hurt.
Bastard.
All right, Neo, it is your turn. You got pounced on by this panther, and you resisted its actual pounce.
Yes.
So you shook it off as it landed on top of you. It didn't hold you down, but it's in your face. You'd have to stand up
You're
to
awake
attack it.
now.
You are awake now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was falling asleep, but you know that feeling whenever you start to fall asleep and then you get that surge of adrenaline.
hmm
So, all right. So I'm gonna take my longsword out. Well, first, if I need to stand up, I'll do that first,
Yep.
and then
Half your movement to stand up.
And then get my longsword out. My nice new longsword that I bought from the.
Longsword salesman.
Yes.
You came prepared. 16 does hit. And are you doing one hand or two hand?
This is.
Because you bought a shield too, right?
Yeah.
All right. So
One-handed.
if the one-handed is ever more than two-handed, you'll get whatever you do. So you're gonna get 7 damage. Like if you
Yep.
would have, if you had done that two-handed, I would still give you the 7.
Oh,
So-
okay. Well, there's not much difference. So.
Yep. All right. Is that your turn?
Yes, that'll be my turn.
Okay. So the panther.
More of a react jab type deal.
Okay. So the panther that you just attacked, Oliver, the second panther you attacked, is actually going to try to bite you. And it rolled a 10 to hit, which I'm pretty sure misses. Because your AC is higher than 10. So it's a 16.
Not fast enough.
Alright, so he goes to bite you and you just kind of sway out of the way. This next panther, who is the one up here a little out of the way. Panthers have a really high run speed. So he's going to move over here about 20 feet. And then he's going to charge for 30 feet directly at the big thick boy in front of him. And Raul, I need you to make a strength save, please.
Come on, thick boy.
Die?
Give me a strength saving throw,
Oh, for the
please.
love of God!
So that's a strength check, not a strength save. So your strength save is under that, and you may have proficiency in it. I don't know if you do or not, but you might.
Oh.
Let's see. Should be in that little box right under it.
That's better.
Thick
So
boy.
it's
Thick
+3 compared to +4. So we'll take your first roll because it was that. It's actually worse somehow. Oh, because you're not proficient. Wait a minute. Hold on.
No, the second roll's definitely better. It's 16 versus 10.
No, that doesn't make sense. The numbers aren't right. Somehow your strength is rolling at a +4, and it shouldn't be. It should only be rolling at a +3, because you only have a +3 to save. So, and your save is also the same. So 10 is the right number to begin with. It's just weird that yours is coming up like that. So 10 was the right number with the +3. So 10 is what you rolled, and so you get pounced on, and now you're prone, and because you're prone, you get to be attacked at advantage. And it bites you in the face for 17 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
For 4 damage. So it pins you down and just chomps into your collarbone and just takes 4 damage out of you.
This is a new shirt!
And you start to bleed onto your new shirt. Not a lot, but just you see a small scarlet streak appear. Kaishar.
Okay, so is Eldritch Blast, is that like a pretty, does that have a blast radius? Or
Can't hear my bow toe.
No, it's like a touch attack. It's a long range touch attack.
It's a spell attack. It's a ranged spell attack. So yeah. So basically, you can shoot for up to 120 feet with that.
So I'm gonna blast the panther off of my boy.
Okay, you can hit him, but it will not knock him off of it. But you can definitely shoot him for damage if you hit. So go ahead and take a Eldritch Blast attack.
Can
9.
everybody else hear Pete all right? He's
Yeah,
low.
not really. But
I turned him up.
How about now?
Yeah,
No, there we go.
I think Pete sounds better in the dick in his mouth anyway.
that's funny. So your first
Rich
attack
dude.
misses. I don't know why it rolls twice, but it shouldn't. So your first attack misses. So you miss.
Okay.
Raul, are you moving anywhere? Kaishar, or are you staying there?
Well, I'm prone, so I'm just gonna gore this guy with my goddamn. And
So do you need to be able to run to be able to use gore?
no.
Okay.
It's an unarmed strike.
Are you sure is it goring rush? Is that what you're doing?
No, gore. No, I'm attacking with my horns instead.
Oh, you're just doing a horn attack. Okay, so since you're prone, all of your attacks are at disadvantage unless you stand up, which you can do. You're not restrained, you're not being held there. You can just shove him off of you and stand up for half your movement.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Cool. So you stand up, you burn half of your movement, and now when you attack, it's a straight attack roll. There's no disadvantage to
Alright,
it.
so question, is it... So I'm assuming it's still a half action to draw my axe.
No, it would be well. It's a free action typically to draw. If you don't have a weapon out and you're pulling one out, it's a free action. If you're switching weapons, you would just do that as part of your movement.
I pull my axe out then. And
Okay, cool.
Get myself a new cloak.
All right, go ahead and make a great axe attack.
Oops, wrong dice. Sorry.
No, you're good. 11 will miss. All right. Are you gonna move anywhere with half your movement, or are you gonna stand firm?
Oh no. This cat's mine.
Okay, cool. All right. So this other panther, the one Neo that you are attacking, it's gonna go ahead and try to. It's gonna try to bite you. That's a 21 to hit for
Ow.
7 piercing damage.
Ouch.
And that is the panther's turn. Golos.
So looking around, do any of the panthers look healthier than the others?
They have. Let me double check something here. They have all. This one up here by Raul, the one right beside you, is the only one that has not taken damage. The other two look hurt.
So seeing Neo get like a huge chunk taken out of him, I will toll the dead on that panther.
All right. Go ahead. It would be a D12 if it fails. And it is a wisdom save, right?
It is missing hit points, so I will roll. And that is gonna hit Victor.
It won't hit Victor, but it rolled an 18 wisdom save. So it passes and doesn't take any damage.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it rolled really well.
Goddamn Jungle Book panther over here.
Do you want to move anywhere with your turn, or are you staying there?
No, I'll stay there.
Okay, Oliver, it is your turn. You have a jacked up panther in front of you and a jacked up panther in front of Neo.
Time to finish him off.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh, what perfect music timing.
That will hit, so go ahead and roll your damage. Oh yeah, he's dead.
When you're here, your family.
You go ahead and you swing down and you destroy this panther. Do you want to move anywhere, get into any other type of position, or is that your turn?
This one up there is injured, right?
Yeah, this one. Yep, this one right. That one has not been hit yet, but the one by Neo.
Oh no, this one is Raul's.
Okay.
Well, you've got a turn to do it.
Yeah, true.
Raul,
Neo, it is your turn. This giant panther just took a chunk out of you. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I got some wires hanging out of me right now, man.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and yeah, not yet.
Okay.
We'll see. In reaction to getting a chunk taken out of me, I'll jab again with my long sword.
You do know that you're in the middle of a long rest, so anything you wanted to do that would get reset on a long rest will reset, just in case that changed what you want to do. But you do hit him with a spear for 16. You basically spin the spear in your hand and shove it into his side, and you take out the panther who pounced on you to begin with. And he dies.
For what's that? That's
7.
Perfect.
7
no,
damage.
you're thinking, okay, 7, right?
Yeah, 7.
Okay.
Yep. Because you're not using a shield, right?
No, not. I did not.
Not with the spear. Okay, cool. All right. Do you want to move anywhere?
So after killing that pussycat, I'm gonna move back. Each square is what, 5?
You can just kind of move wherever you want. This map isn't correct as far as 5 foot to 5 foot, so that's
fine.
We'll say that's like 15 feet. You could probably get to here if you're like somewhere over there if you really wanted to. This map I couldn't get it to fit to the grid, so you're not going to be on this map long.
I'll just go into the
bridge.
This little bisected area.
Cool. All right.
If there's anything else coming.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
We'll do
8 perception. Okay, you don't feel like you see anything else right now. This panther is just going to continue what it was doing, Raul, and it's going to try and bite you again. It doesn't have you pinned this time. It can't run away. It goes to bite, and it misses. It misses you. Kaishar.
Okay, I'm gonna. I think this is a move I can do. I'm gonna throw a dagger at the remaining panther.
Yep, you can definitely throw a dagger at the remaining panther. So you see how by the dagger there are 2 numbers. There's a 20, and then in brackets there's a 60.
Yeah.
So what that means is that your normal range for throwing a dagger is 20 feet. And if you, for anything, the first number is your normal range. And if you throw at the range for the second number in brackets, you can do it. It's just at disadvantage. Just so you know.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so you're way closer than 20 feet, so you can straight up just whip a dagger. Oh yeah, you hit him with a dagger. Go ahead and click the dagger and roll damage. 5. That is a freaking. You're not a rogue. Why are you throwing daggers so hard?
Yeah. Wow.
You just see
My dad used to be a dagger thrower.
your magician friend just like whips out,
Your dagger.
tops a dagger and like throws it at the your dagger. Do you want to move anywhere?
No.
Okay. All right, Raul.
Vengeance for my shirt!
Okay. Roll your attack if that's what. Ooh, you just missed with an 11.
Fuck's sakes!
You want to move anywhere? You want to stay there?
Vengeance demands me stay here.
Okay, Golos.
Okay. Since I have my Ikawa in hand, I am gonna try to do the McStabbins.
McStabbins. Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack with your weapon.
And
That just hits, and it's looking real hurt.
fuck yeah.
Or sorry,
And
it more
then
than
let's
just hits. It
see.
hits. So.
Fuck you, Alex.
Well, it's got an AC of 12. So.
Yeah, that's it. I figured that out.
Yeah, as you just missed.
Yay, simple math.
All right. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Cool.
Huh.
Bonus action, 5-foot shift away.
You cannot disengage as a bonus action. You are not a rogue. You can move, and it might take an attack of opportunity on you. Or monk. Monk could do it too, but you're neither of those. So you can move if you want to. It might attack you. You don't know.
Oh, never mind.
Okay. All right.
I'm switching them up here.
Oliver Guardsman.
we're good.
All right, let's finish this.
Okay.
Boys.
Go ahead and roll your attack. Ah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Jesus. You slice down and you just annihilate this panther. You cut down so fast and so hard that it's like the head rolls and it takes a couple of seconds before the blood starts to pour. That's how clean that cut was.
When you're here, your family.
And Raul, you have more blood on your shirt now, and now it's going down onto your pants. All right.
Raul, I'll buy you a new shirt.
Raul, you just need to invest in white shirts.
Can I loot the Panthers?
What are you looking for on the Panthers?
Probably their hide. See if that's like valuable to sell.
Okay. Do you have any type of skinning weaponry?
I mean, I have a knife.
Okay. You just have a regular knife. So go ahead and
Yeah,
roll
Yeah.
roll a survival check.
Ooh, goody. I'm proficient. No, I'm not.
Listen,
Yep.
I'm angrily attacking the goddamn panther corpse that attacked me.
Okay. So Golas,
I'm gonna turn that into unusable mush.
that's fine. Golas, you try and find two. You try and do it. Try and skin
Before
two
he
separate
does
panthers.
that, I want to pull my dagger back out of that panther.
That's fine. Yeah, you get that back. I assume anytime that you throw a dagger or a weapon at something, you will retrieve it unless otherwise the situation does not allow you to. Or if you throw it and it goes off a cliff, you're probably not getting it back unless you go dive off a cliff. But yeah, so you just demolish this corpse row. Golas, you try and skin two panthers, and you ruin both of their pelts. You can't get
wait.
that.
I too would like to skin a panther.
All right,
and
so you
use
have
my-
you have one panther left to try on. So go ahead and roll a survival check, Oliver.
All right.
19. Okay,
Ooh.
so you
Shut the fuck.
manage to pull off probably a third of the hide, because I mean it's pretty beaten up from y'all
All the
attacking,
stabbing.
killing it, and murdering. So you get about a third worth of a panther hide. It looks like it might be enough to maybe make like a loincloth or a kilt, a very small kilt for a child or something like that. So you guys,
Like Hercules.
right? So you guys killed the panthers, and you can continue your long rest. It doesn't seem like anything else.
I'm gonna go ahead and cure light wounds myself.
Well, so you're actually going to get all the benefits of a long rest. So you get all your spells back and all your health points back.
Alright, never mind.
So you get them back anyway.
We need to watch.
Huh. Nope.
Who has
You're
that
good.
map that the mayor drew for us? Because there looks to be a fork in the road up ahead, and I want to make sure.
Raul might have given it to Crips. Raul might have given it to the Bloods. Raul's not really sure.
All right, so go ahead and roll me. Everybody, we'll do this. 2 different people roll 1d20 each for the next 2 days worth of travel.
How do I just roll a d20?
You can do /roll space 1d20 if you want to. Or if you look on your sidebar and roll 20, you have a little dice menu towards the bottom, and you could just click on an option from there. So, but a
Yep.
2 and a 12. So for your 2, you guys seem like you might be getting lost, and you are lost for a couple hours, which delays your travel by a little bit, but you find your way back because you do have that map. Thankfully, you did not lose it or get it destroyed. And you rest for the night, no problem. You go through a day worth of rations. On the 3rd day, you travel, and you actually seem to follow the map pretty well. So go ahead and you see the tiers to the 9 hells and about 15 minutes ahead of you. So as you're walking up to the waterfall, go ahead and everybody roll me survival checks.
For a second there, I thought we were going to be like Moses in the desert.
Dude, I cannot roll above a 10.
I know. I would say change your dice, but they're electronic, so.
It cannot be done.
14.
If these were actual dice, I would have smashed them at this point.
Nice. 22
Jesus.
and 8. Okay, so as you guys are, make sure I do this right. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so as you guys are bumbling along, you get up to the waterfall, and you see that there are both Kaishar and Golos. Kaishar points it out, and Golos, you kind of see it simultaneously. That if you look close enough to the waterfall, there actually seem to be footprints that lead almost to the side of the waterfall, but as you follow them, it seems like they actually go into a little hidden crevasse kind of to the side and behind of the waterfall. So you follow those through, and you actually will end up in this dungeon, or this pathway, should I say. It looks like a dungeon. As you walk and get behind this waterfall, it's very, very dark. There only seems to be a single torch lighting the path, so all of you with dark vision should only be able to see like a very short distance in front of you.
Yeah, it's like only
Yep.
3, 4, 5-ish.
Yeah, Oliver can see. Oliver has 60 feet of dark vision, so Oliver can see as far as he can see. But you do have a torch that's right there, which who wants to carry this torch? Unless you guys all have torches. Do you happen to have torches?
Would that be in our inventory?
Yeah,
I
it would be.
believe I have a torch.
Okay.
Let's see.
Equipment. Oh, I do have a torch.
Okay.
I take that back.
Do you want to light a torch?
I
Yeah.
apparently have a drum.
Okay.
Ooh, I have a torch.
Would like to be lit,
Okay.
and
I'm gonna light my torch.
Okay. So it just basically gives you 20 feet of dark vision. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change your guys' vision so you can see 20 feet, so you don't have to drag this torch with you, because otherwise you would. Golos, do you have a torch?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I believe I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I see if I can cast light though.
If you
Or,
if you don't have it equipped prepared today, you cannot just equip it now. So
Yeah, I don't think I do.
cool. So you're gonna light a torch.
Yep.
Great.
Unless we can use the globe fire thing.
You do not have the globe yet. That
We
is
don't
a
have
quest
it yet.
reward.
That's the
Yep.
reward.
No,
There is a physical torch. Raul, if you do not have a torch, this torch that's right here, you can actually carry that with you.
Raul accepts the moral burden of taking the torch.
Okay, let me do this. Can you control it? Or can you drag that? Here, move your token. Can you drag that torch token, or is it just me?
No, it's just you.
Okay, it's not. I don't think it's gonna let me. Yeah, it's not gonna let me give it to you. So wherever you walk, here, I'll just give you. I'm just gonna give you torchlight vision so you can just see, because I don't want to drag this token around. So now you have torchlight vision. You have 20 feet as well, because that's what torches give you. So you all should be able to see what you can see. So,
I'm
you.
still baffled Minotaurs don't have fucking dark.
I know they
Like,
change it, right?
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Not my rules, man. Okay, so behind this, you see that the tunnel seems to go quite far, and it's quite dark. What do you guys want to do? Oliver can see further than anyone. Just an FYI, so you guys can choose to do
Send
it.
Oliver out first.
Oliver Guard, too valuable to spare. Raoul shall be meat shield.
Okay.
Any opposed?
It's fine with me.
I'll be right behind you, big guy.
Okay. So go ahead and just walk forward. Walk to as far as you want to walk.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, it updates and as you go. This is why dynamic lighting is
Oh, that's
great.
really cool.
Yep. So this will make it easier because when you're doing combat inside stuff, you can only see what you can see, and you're restricted to
shit.
these walls.
I see a thing.
What do you see?
Can I roll perception to see if I see anything?
Yep. Go ahead and roll perception.
There's a big baddie right next to Oliver Guardsman.
Oh shit! I definitely thought I was coming up next to one of you guys.
Nope,
There's
I
not.
don't think so.
There is not
It's
a
not
big
a you.
baddie. There is not a big baddie beside you.
Okay, not a big baddie. Who is that?
That's your teammate, Golos.
Oh. Well, it's dark in here.
That's true. You are scared the poop out of each other. All right, so you guys you hear the
Raoul
sounds.
humbly requests everyone stand behind a big hunk of man meat.
The
Yeah,
big hunk of
why-
man meat needs to move faster.
Man needs to
Whoa,
move faster.
hey, gentlemen, hold on a second. There's
As you
a dead body
As you
on the ground.
approach the chamber, you see that there are piles of bones. Some smaller, some larger, some of which look to be human, and there are fresh corpses strewn about the room. Some of which are animal, some of which
Can I investigate the bones to determine if they're human?
you most definitely can. And then anybody who wants to make a perception check in this room
Oh
can.
my
You
God.
they look
Just slap me in the balls.
they look like bones to you. And anybody who's making perception checks, just move your token into the room so I know where you're perceiving from. Cool. So you're there. Oliver, put yourself wherever you're going to be. And Kaishar, put yourself, if that's where you want to perceive from, you can perceive from outside the room. Oh, you can't
Oh
stand there.
shit! I didn't even see the room. Yeah,
Yep.
sorry.
Ah,
You are, we'll
that's
just put you there.
fine.
All right, so
There we go.
Oliver, you could basically see the whole room because your vision lets you. So
Yeah, can I check out this? Or do I need a perception check still?
roll a perception check. So
Alright.
you guys can see the, actually, yes.
I look
Yep.
up here.
So,
One second.
Oliver, you see that there are multiple piles of bones around. You see looks like maybe a wolf carcass here, a dead human here, a half-eaten dead human here. There's other piles of bones, a big old rat over here. But as you guys are looking at these bones and looking around, Kaishar and Golos, you don't see it, but you hear something. You hear skittering all around the room, but you don't see anything.
Could be rats.
Could be rats.
Good
I look
assumption.
up at the ceiling. Do I see anything?
As you look up at the ceiling,
Why do I see it?
I need you to go ahead and make a strength saving throw. Actually, it's just gonna straight hit you. That's what it is. So it rolls. What's your AC, Golos?
17.
So as you look up at the ceiling, you see it at the very last second. You see this web come blasting into your face, and you just manage to dodge out of the way of a giant fucking spider. Go ahead, and everybody roll initiative on what you see right now. And Oliver, you see it start to happen now too. You see that there are a lot more spiders that are
Whoa.
over.
They roll an 8
They're over here.
again!
Oh, the bones don't go.
Oh,
Alright.
that could be.
So
that
for
could be
these
better.
initiatives and attack, I'm just ready to go.
Well,
But anything else?
you rolled a
I'm pretty-
6, Neo. I
Um,
don't know why you rolled twice.
When
Yeah.
can I
rolled
cast
18,
Animal
but I-
Friendship before battle?
You can cast it during battle now since you have been attacked by it if you want. Let me add a turn here for you, Raul, and then Oliver rolled 18. So I don't just yeah, 18 for Oliver, and then Raul has an 8. Let me put these guys in the order real fast. But yeah, you can cast Animal
I'm gonna
Friendship.
do that twice. That's dumb.
I don't know. You might just be clicking it twice. It happens sometimes. I'm gonna do these other spiders in a group because I don't want to do 17 initiatives for people. Cool.
Jesus.
And boop. Cool. Wow, they also rolled piss poor. Okay, Oliver, it's your first. You see this giant spider on the ceiling. It's about 15 feet up in the air. You see this giant spider spray down some web down at Golos, and Golos dives out of the way. You also see this map is correct as far as distance goes. So like you see 35 feet ahead of you some spiders there, and these ones are together at 20 feet. You see some spiders there, and this spider is 15 feet away, but also 15 feet up in the air. So the distance on this is right.
I have my crossbow, correct?
You should have your crossbow, yeah, as long as you have it in your equipment. Yeah. You're gonna
How do you measure distance again on this thing?
So if you, there should be a little, looks like a circle with a ruler in it thing. If you click on that and then click on snap to center, you can basically click wherever you want to start it, and then you just drag the arrow and it tells you how far.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Dope. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Boys, what do we think is the strategy here? Do we go
Are
for the
they-
big one first?
Raul still
Do
has
these
no idea
spiders-
what's going on, so Raul cannot speak the strategy.
Do these
Can,
spiders speak any sort of language?
You don't know. And also, to be fair, the only ones who can see the spiders right now are Golos, because he got shot at a spider and it's just in his view, and Oliver. The rest of you don't see any spiders. You hear them.
I can't.
Oh,
You
I
can
mean, I
see
can't
them.
do anything.
What's that?
I can't yell to them that we have spiders incoming.
You can yell, but they can't see them. So yeah, you can
Okay.
yell that. You can yell where they're from as well if you want to.
So we have 5 spiders coming from the right of us. They're small, and then we've got this big one up on the ceiling, about 15 feet away from me, just north, and 15 feet up.
Yep. So Golos
Um,
can see it because you moved out the way of its web and you can see its legs. But yeah, until the other ones move, they
Are
can't
they
see it.
are they attacking Golos?
No one's attacked yet. But
The giant spider did.
well, right, but he dodged out of the way.
Yep.
What do you want me and Raul to take on the big one and you guys take on the little ones, or do we want it the other way? Do you guys want to use magic to get that
Quit
sucker
talking!
down?
I agree with the little man. Let's go.
Go for it. Take out the big one.
Do what you're gonna do.
All right, I'm going to move closer to make it easier.
Okay.
Before he does that, I scream, "No, don't!"
Well, you gotta wait till your turn to yell at him.
Even as
Oliver.
a free action. No.
Nope.
I'm
Yep.
shooting
Oliver.
my crossbow.
Okay. Shoot him. 19.
Ah,
God damn.
19 will hit for 6 damage. Okay. The spider looks pissed and turns all 8 of its beady eyes just down onto you. All right. Oh, and you have your since you had a long rest, you have your action surge back. Just so you know. You get that back on a short rest. So you have your action surge. You have your second wind, which heals you as a fighter. You got
Can
all
I,
those things back.
Can I don't want to use the action surge yet, but can I move back now?
Yeah, because you're under it, so it's not going to get an attack of opportunity because you're 15 feet beneath it. So, okay. Golos.
okay. How do you count diagonals, Win? Is the first one 5 and then the second one 10 feet?
They're all 5.
Use the snap to center tool.
No, they're all 5.
Okay.
Yeah, all squares
5,
for
10,
for me are 5. They're not 5, 10, 5, 10. I hate that.
20, 25, 30.
Okay.
I will use Animal Friendship on this dude.
Okay. Go ahead and post what Animal Friendship does and whatever the save is. Morsel of food lets you convince a beast you mean no harm. Choose a beast. It must see and hear you. If the spell's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, it's got to succeed on a wisdom save or be charmed. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, what the fuck?
What's your spell save DC?
This one is 13.
You hold out a piece of food and like you're trying to call it to you to try and make it befriend you, and it does not seem that the food you are offering seems to have of any interest to that spider. The spell does not work. It fails. Or should I say the spider seems to resist your spell. It passed your save. It rolled a 17. So, any bonus actions you want to take?
I'm just gonna flick off the spider.
Okay, Kaishar. It's your turn. You saw Golos take off running. You've heard some spiders, and you heard Oliver yell there are some spiders. You can't see any based on your current location on the map. But, yeah, what are you going to do? You can take a shot in the dark and hope you hit a spider, or you can move around and try and find one.
Quite literally a shot in the dark.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. But yes, Pete, what do you want to do?
Pete's in the shitter.
Oh no, is Pete muted or disconnected?
My bad. Sorry, I didn't realize it was my turn. So I can't see anybody, right?
Nope.
Right now?
You can see what you can see. You can move around and
So I
see if you can
move
see stuff.
into the room.
Yeah, you can see me, Pete, and
Oh
you
shit!
can see.
There's a dead body.
Yep.
You can see a very human, very fat.
Is that a spider that I can see? Oh, 2 spiders. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You can see. Nope, you don't see any spiders. Those are bones.
Those are bones.
Those
My
are
bad.
bones.
Okay, gonna
Yeah.
keep moving towards Oliver then.
Okay.
Oh shit! There's a spider.
Yep. There you go.
I'm gonna Eldritch blast the shit out of that spider.
Okay, go for it.
Damn.
That definitely hits.
Nice.
And that.
Which one
Oh,
did you?
yeah.
Which one of these 2 spiders? Well, they're together. I'm
both of them.
gonna roll them as the same thing. So.
Okay.
They're really close together. They're basically like skittering. Oh shit! I made bones go away by accident. Whoops. So click on the pink button for Eldritch Blast, and it should roll your damage.
There it is. Sorry.
1.
One. Off.
As you like, they're actually this close together. As you throw this Eldritch Blast at these 2 spiders, you see that they just go yeep, and all the legs curl, and they actually die. They're spiders, guys. They're not. These ones aren't that tough. So that's your turn.
Alright.
It's the giant spider's turn, who sees his meals running away. It is going to crawl across the ceiling above the guy that just attacked it and release itself and basically fall as it's falling back towards you, Oliver. All 8 of its eyes, it immediately spins over and lands on top of you and tries to attack you, since you shot
Really
it with a
regretting
crossbow.
standing next to Oliver.
It rolled. Oh my god, this would have been a pretty good attack, but it missed. It rolled a 7. It lands on top of you, and you basically hold the bottomless dead stick up in the air, and it's like you see there's poison dripping from its fangs, and it's just trying to bite down on you, swinging all 8 legs at you, and seeing that it can't get to you, it kind of backs off a little bit, and you just see it. You know how dogs and other animals like get down on their front hunch like they're about to pounce? It does that, but with like 6 legs all down, looking like it's about to rear up and try and jump and bite you. Raoul, you hear the spider drop down on top of your friends, but you know. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's your total movement speed?
30.
You might not be able to make it there, because that's 35 feet from where you were to that. So let's see.
I can charge, right?
Let's see, what's that actual ability say? I have to look at it because I don't know it off the top of my head. If you get extra movement, then yes, you would make it. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Goring Rush. On your dash, you move at least 20 feet. You can make 1 melee attack with your horns as a bonus action. Yes, you can move 20 feet, but you can't move as far as to get to the spider, so you can only move 30 feet, and it's 35 feet away, so you can't get to it.
Son of a bitch.
So you can charge there, but you can't. You could use your action to dash and use that ability as your bonus action to attack it. If you wanted to get there, you can do that. That would just be your whole turn. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. That works. Yep. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. 16, I believe, hits. It does. For 5 damage. Okay. 5 piercing damage on the spider boy. All right. That's your turn because you used all of your stuff that you needed for that. All right. These tiny little baby spiders, they can't move very far because they're spiders.
Tiny little big spiders.
Tiny little babies. Ooh, they can all get to right in front of Golos, though, which is all they need to do to get there. So all 3 of these boys are going right there. And they're all going to take 3 little bites at you.
Poor Golos.
Poor
Kinky.
Golos. What's your AC, Golos? Oh man, they all miss.
17.
You basically feel these like spiders crawl up your legs into your robes and around your neck, and they're all biting down on you, but they don't seem to be like, you feel the fangs trying to pierce your skin, but they don't quite get there. So you have 3 spiders, and then they just fall back off of you, and they're in this little small group now. But they don't hit you. They rolled a 15, an 11, and a 15. So, because your AC is 17, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, all 3 of them miss. Man. Neo, it's your turn, and you see a corpse and a bunch of bones right beside you, and you hear all this kerfuffling.
Yeah, I hear shit going down, man.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just making some changes to my HP.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to this dead body.
Okay.
And then
As you get
seeing
there,
this
you see the
gigantic
giant
spider.
spider. Yep.
What?
You see it now.
Yeah, oh yeah. Seeing this gigantic spider, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Firebolt.
Okay. Go ahead and cast Firebolt on him. That hits. So that's going to be 5 doubled to 10. So you do 10 damage to the spider for a lot. The spider,
Yeah.
you ignite it, and you just hear this weird, like, insectoid kind of screech, and you see all, like, 6 of the 8 eyes just come back to you. I say 6 because you just destroyed 2 of them. So it's
Nice.
it's losing 2 eyes. Is that your turn?
And then yeah, because I moved here, so
Yep.
yeah, that'll be it.
Okay, Oliver, you have this giant spider that just tried to eat you.
Really don't like spiders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan. Well, now that it's on the ground,
Yep.
taste the bottomless dead stick.
Okay, that hits for sure. 10. Oh yeah,
Oh.
you murder it. You come down and you just annihilate this giant spider.
When you're here, your family.
Your family.
Do you want to move anywhere on your turn, or do you want to stay there?
I'm gonna go to these little spiders.
Okay. All right. So move yourself where you want to go, and then that your turn.
What do we think, lads? Should I do the second attack?
I would say
Oh yeah, keep
no.
murdering shit.
It's up to you. You attacking
Alright.
him?
I'll action surge.
Okay, cool. So action surge, utilize. Oops, I didn't mean to skip you like that. Oopsies. All right, go ahead and roll an attack on him. They're all in one, so it'll just count as one thing. Oh yeah, you hit him. Yeah, you hit him. Yeah, you annihilate these spiders. There you go. You're exterminator extraordinaire. Cleans up again.
When you're here, your family.
All right. So you have killed all the spiders, and as you stop and listen for a second, using all of your battle prowess, the skittering seems to have stopped. You see the bones around you. You see the dead bodies. And yeah, you see out this way that there seems to be a ledge leading to some type of bridge. Maybe? You're not close enough to tell, but you can see out here that this is there is a ledge, and you feel a breeze coming from that way, and you hear like the constant dripping of water off somewhere. You know you're behind a waterfall, so other than the waterfall, which seems to be kind of deafening itself at this point because of how far away you are, you hear just like the drip of just underground water just dripping around. What do you guys want to do?
Victor's leaky faucet.
Drip, drip, drip.
Before we leave, can I go over to the big spider and see if I can like drip my weapons in its venom or anything?
Do you have, by chance, you have a poisoner's kit?
I do.
Cool. In that poisoner's kit, I'm pretty sure there is like acid vials or something like that. Let's see. You have vials, chemicals, and other equipment necessary for the creation of poisons. So here's what I will do, because it does have a poison ability. You do take poison damage. So we'll say because there are 2 fangs, I will give you 2 opportunities, but you can only get 1 vial. So two opportunities for 1 vial of poison. And if you are successful, you can add poison damage to your weapon, which as a non-rogue will take you an action to apply it, and it will do 1d8 additional poison damage for 1d4 rounds if you're successful. So we'll say that you will do, because it's a dexterous kind of thing you're trying to do, that you can either do a medicine check or a sleight of hand check, whichever is better for you, and the DC to do it, because you haven't done it before, is going to be a little high, so we're going to say it's going to be a 17, and as you keep trying to do this more and more, it can get better. So the first one you fail outright. You snap a fang in half. So go ahead and you can
Can I
try.
help?
You have one more opportunity to get a 17 to get a vial of poison.
Fuck yeah.
So you have 1 vial of poison. I'm going to say the poisoner's kit has 5 vials, so just make sure you keep track. Because if they're full, obviously you can't use them. Because they're full. So you have 1 vial of poison. It does 1d8 poison damage for 1d4 rounds. So you'll just roll, if you apply that to a weapon and you attack with it, you'd roll a d4, that would be how long it lasts, and you'd roll a d8 every round. So, got it?
Yeah, I'll try to look for like a potion of.
There isn't. You can add a custom item. Just do it that way. It's the easiest way. Click on manage.
okay.
Click on manage item. Click on custom items, and then you just click add custom item, and you can just type it in however you want it to be, and then you can write the exact specifics of what I just said. So
Cool.
Cool.
And sorry, what was that again? So
it is 1d8 damage for 1d4 rounds.
Damage for 1d4 rounds.
While we're in this
action
cave,
move.
I want to cast Comprehend Languages just in case there's anything going on.
Is that just a straight up, just a spell? A divination spell?
Yeah, just straight up spell.
Okay. All right. I did
For
not
1
know. No, it lasts for 1 hour.
Oh, it's a thing.
It lasts for 1 hour, and it's not concentration, so you can understand every language. I think. Let's see. You can understand the literal meaning of any spoken, and you can read. Okay, cool. Okay, so you do that. Raul, you're running down this way. Great. Neo, are you doing anything else while you're up here before everyone moves this way?
Are we? Does it sound like all the combat's over?
Yeah, it sounds effectively quiet.
Okay, I'm gonna loot the dead body beside me. If
Okay.
I find anything.
Go ahead. I'll just tell you no. There's nothing in the bodies in here. You don't have to roll for it. There's nothing there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna just kick him in the side.
Okay. So as you guys make your way down here to where Raul is, Raul, you see in front of you that there is what looks to be a pile of bones over here. And Oliver, you can't see it yet because let me make sure. This will go how I need to go. Cool. So as you step on the bridge, Oliver, or get close to it, so you see a rope bridge in front of you, and you see off in the distance ahead of you these. The rope bridge extends further than what you can see right now. But you see, blah blah blah. Where is the thing I'm looking for? Yep. So you see a rope bridge with creepy statues floating off to the left and to the right, about 20 feet ish off of either side.
Floating?
They're floating. Yep. As you look down over the bridge, it looks like a black abyss. You don't see a bottom. You hear like there might be water down there, but you're not sure. But you do see that there are statues. There's one here, there's one down here. I will tell you when you step on the bridge, there's one right here too, that you will be able to see immediately once you step on it. So there's this rope bridge that extends as far as you can see. What do you want to do?
Can I take a rock and drop it down from the bridge to see if there is water down there?
Sure.
So I do that.
You drop a rock, and you wait, and you wait. And about 3 minutes go by, and you don't hear anything.
Holy shit. That's deep.
Can I throw a torch and see if I can see further along?
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll have you light a torch, and then we'll have you roll an athletics check, and that will determine how far you can throw it. The furthest that you're going to be able to throw a torch is going to be like 60 feet from wherever you are, and that's going to be with a really, really high roll. A 15? Okay. So you probably threw it about 3/4 60. It's like 45 feet from where you are. So you effectively, oops, wrong button. You effectively landed the torch like right here. So you can see that much further. Can you see? Let me see. You might be able to see it. Yeah, so you can basically see what you can see now because that torch is right there. But I will show you just so you can see it. There's also a statue right here, which you would see as soon as you like lean forward. This angle on this map is just weird. So you can still see that from where you were.
There's 4 statues and I still don't see the end of it.
And this bridge it's only one person wide. So you have to go single file on this bridge. You cannot go too wide.
Well, boys, should I go first then?
Can we roll perception to get a better look at the statue?
When you get close enough, you can, yeah. But can you see the statue right now? I don't.
It's on my screen.
You said roll protection?
Perception.
You see this one down here? Is that the one you can see?
Bottom left.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you can see the one really far ahead. Okay, so go ahead and roll a perception. It's like right at the tail end of what you can see, and you're only able to even see that far because of the torchlight. So, 19 and a 7. Okay, so you guys see these creepy statues. They're humanoid in nature. They seem like they're floating, but you don't necessarily know what is causing them to float. It looks like it might be some magical levitation spell or something holding them up. They seem to be dilapidated and broken down, but they are humanoid, and they're differing in heights, but they're all about human male size. So between like 5'6" and 6'4", they're all different heights, different builds, but they all look to be just dilapidated male human statues that have royal guard helmets on that just look like they're all made of stone. So.
Okay. Well, I say we send our heavies in first.
Okay. Are you guys heading out on this bridge?
I'm the lighter of the heavies. We don't know how sturdy this bridge is. Why don't I go first?
Okay.
I'll bring up the rear.
How far do you want to move? All right, so it should keep you on the bridge. So that's what, let's see, how far was that? Just so I know exactly how far you went. So 45 feet. Okay, so go ahead as you're walking on this bridge. Firstly, we're going to put you here. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. If you look on your sheet, it should be in the boxes under like your strength and dexterity. It should be like, they should be 6 right beside each other, and dex should be in there somewhere.
So dexterity here.
Yep, you rolled a 15. Great. So as you are, as you go, you hear a whoosh, and you look to your side really quickly, and you duck, and you see this dart come flying over your head, and it misses you. And to keep walking to where you were going, it's going to take you about there. Go ahead and make another dex save. Yeah, so make another one of those for me. This time, as you get right here, you are still kind of bracing yourself from the bridge starts shaking back and forth as you all of a sudden have to change direction to avoid the dart, and you don't notice a second dart whoop, bang and hit you right in the side of the ribs. And you feel this dart catch you right in between your rib cage, and you're going to take 4 dart damage, and you're knocked prone. So you were knocked completely down. You can move when you're prone. You effectively would have half movement speed because you'd be crawling, or you can use half your movement speed to get up and just keep moving. It's up to you. And you feel like this bridge, while it is swaying, it is sturdy enough that it could hold multiple people at a time.
All right, lads. Anyone want to join me on this death bridge? Watch out for the darts.
Well, who's going next? Well, I guess I'll go then.
That's confident.
So, all right, some more statues.
Can I roll a perception check to see if he stepped on anything to trigger the darts?
Yep, you absolutely can.
was the bloody statues.
I see everything.
So it doesn't look like there was necessarily a pad or anything that he stepped on because you didn't hear a clicking or anything like that. It just seems to be some type of sensor or warning that when they passed by the viewing of the statue, it shot at them.
So I see these statues.
You do.
This one now, at least.
Right now, as you step there, you can see it, but it doesn't look like it's shooting at you right now.
Can I? Ooh, let's see. Can I do acrobatics or stealth to see if I can like sneak on by or jump over?
Sure. If you're gonna try and, I will tell you this: if you're gonna try and stealth, you can do that. If you're gonna try and acrobatics and you jump, I'm gonna make you do a dexterity saving throw with the risk of you falling off the bridge. Just so you're aware.
You fools.
So you have the option to do either of those, or you can walk it, or you can do whatever else you want.
I will do stealth then.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check. Okay. You feel like you are hidden. You still have your torch out, so I mean, you're still producing light.
Yeah, fuck it then. Okay, I'll just walk here.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. As you are trying to sneak by, you feel the dart. By the time you hear it and go to move, you don't move quick enough, and you take 3 dart damage to the side of your shoulder.
Now, Alex, did you go prone there, or did you just
And
try to...
Alex, you are also prone. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna stand back up then.
Okay. Yeah, you stand back up, and as you stand back up, so basically you get knocked prone right here, and as soon as you get shot and you fall down, you stand up. You feel like when you stood back up after being shot, it's not shooting at you immediately again. So.
Can I get on all fours and just crawl across the bridge?
You absolutely can get on all fours and crawl across the bridge.
Nice.
That's what I'm
doing. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And
as the two of you get on all fours and crawl, you notice that the darts all shoot, but they go right over your head.
I'm just gonna keep on crawling.
Yep. So you guys see them crawling. What do you do?
And we're gonna crawl behind them. I'll go next.
Okay. So everybody starts crawling across the bridge.
Monkey see, monkey do.
I make it over here and I kiss the ground and then move to the side so the others can get out.
Okay. As you make it across, Alex, you see that at the beginning, let me make sure you can see. I can see what you can see because you guys can. Yeah. So Alex, you see there is a corpse laying on the ground, similar to the room before. Oliver, as you approach the room, you notice that this chamber is littered with more recent corpses. At least seem to be more recent because there's still blood coming from them. There are many limbs of humans, small humanoids, goblins, animals, etc. There's an overwhelming stench that is like burning the inside of your nostrils. It takes a minute to adjust. With a natural one, you are too overwhelmed by this aroma that. Or are you coming over? Are you staying over there? I don't know. He might be muted. I don't know.
Yes, maybe so.
Yeah, you guys have an overwhelming stench of death in the air, and you see corpses all over the place. You also see that within the large cavernous space, there's many types of rotting foliage and piles of bones. And in the middle of the room, you see an altar covered in blood.
Oh, lovely.
Since this is kind of like what I was raised up in, would I be able to discern any of the smells to see if anything is of interest, or that would be worth like remembering or anything?
Go ahead and roll a history check.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And then, Alex, can I investigate to some of these bodies to see if these were self-inflicted wounds?
Yeah, you can do that. So go ahead and roll an investigation on that. So for your history check, being not dissimilar to what you have seen in the past, um, the smells are that of death, and the smells are that of like recent death. So I'd say within 24 to 48 hours, it looks like these folks here were disposed of. You do notice that when you are looking at them, it almost looks like it's strange because you smell poison. You smell poison on the bodies, but you also see like beak marks and talon marks, and you're not. Spiders don't have beaks and spiders don't have talons, but spiders are poisonous, so it makes sense if there's poison there, but you don't necessarily know what caused these things to die. And as far as Neo looking for the wounds, they do not seem to be self-inflicted, but you do see when you're looking around these bodies that they did have a little bit of money on them. So you found 27 silver, 72 copper, and 3 daggers. As you're doing that, Oliver kind of investigating, I assume, the altar and the things around the altar. All this red stuff is blood, by the way. Those lines are blood. I didn't have a good blood token, so that's blood. Yes. So as you're
all look like on the inside.
right, as you're looking on the altar and looking around, you notice that there are a few threads of cloth from clothing that looks like it could be a dress or a scarf of some type on top of the altar in this blood, as well as a couple hairs, like human hairs, like longer. It looks like they're probably coming from someone who has long hair. And there seems to be like a stone carving of a spider that you can hold in your hand. It's about palm sized. And as you look around and look at the blood, you notice that there are blood drops leading from the altar just kind of here and here, and they kind of just spread their way around the room a little bit, and then they go to the wall over here and they just stop. They just like are there, and then they just the blood just seems to trail off.
Can
you said there was a little handheld spider thing over here?
Yeah, unless Oliver picks it up.
I would like to pick it up.
Okay.
Could we also take a short rest so I can get my action surge and HP back?
How much damage did you take?
I'll agree to that if you give me the spider.
You can have the spider.
Did you take any damage?
I took 4 from the dart.
Oh, that's right. That is right. You took 4 dart damage. I mean, that's up to you guys. A short rest is an hour, just so you know.
Before we do, or during the short rest or whatever, can I do just 1 drop of poison from the spider onto the spider statue and see if anything happens?
It's not a statue. It's more like a handheld stone spider that you can pick up and carry around. But yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
So you take a drip of the spider venom poison and drop it on there. Nothing seems to happen.
Yeah.
It just seems like you're pouring poison on stone.
Does it look like there's any inlet or anything to where I can put the stone around here?
Go ahead and roll on the altar. Is that what you're looking for? Where you're looking at?
Altar and surrounding area that I can see.
So draw the arrows to where exactly you're looking, so I can tell you specifically. Like just use the little measurement arrow and just point it to where you want it to go, just so I know. And then while he's starting to, okay.
Like over here.
Okay.
Here-ish.
Okay.
And then like this place.
All right, cool. So kind of in like that. So basically this sphere around you, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like 15
just
feet
like
sphere
the
around
20
you.
feet that I can see. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So while you're starting to begin that, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Kaishar, what are you doing? So basically everything you can see. Got it. Great. Cool. Kaishar, what are you doing? You're far away from your mic.
Oh no.
Line of sight. Sorry, I'm back at my mic now.
Cool.
All right, mostly confused. Don't have a huge line of sight. I don't know. There's a lot of death. Can I roll like just a perception in the corners to see what we may have missed?
Okay, yeah, so you go over there and you start perceiving the corners. If you want to go to the corners, you'll be like right there-ish, so like right there, because you can see the corner. Well, right there, you can see the corners that way. So perception 17. Raul, are you there or are you chilling somewhere? He might be away from his mic or something.
MIA.
Cool. He's doing that. Neo, you're still recovering stuff from those bodies.
Yeah, what did you from my 20? Did we self-inflicted? Yes, no?
No, they're not self-inflicted. They seem to be from something else. They're beak attack marks and poisons. So
Okay.
and
nothing-
claw marks. Yep.
okay,
In the immediate vicinity and they seem to be like claws and tentacles and beaks and poison. That's what you get from that. Golos, from your line of sight on everything that you can see right now from your current vision with a 15, you don't see anything in these areas per se. But as you look over here, you see that there is some dust that seems to have piled down this way. And if you move down this way some, kind of follow to where the dust is, you see that deep into the corner, pretty well hidden, there seems to be a cutout shape of a spider, like a recess of a spider.
Heyo.
I go ahead and see if the stone spider fits into the hole.
It does.
Do I notice if anything happens?
Do you just place it in there, or do you turn it?
I mean, I guess I would fiddle with it, so I guess
You're
I
actually
would
right here. Okay, yeah, so you put it in there and you turn it, and as you start to turn it, it turns similar to the six-pointed star key in The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, and you start to turn it, and you hear a bunch of gears clicking, and you go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, Golos.
Oh, fuck.
I knew I should have taken that short rest.
6. So as you turn it, you feel a giant blustering breeze blow through the chamber, and dust blows right up your nose, and you start to cough, and you can't really breathe for about 30 seconds. But you guys do see, Kaishar, you see it first because you're over here, that there's actually a secret door here. That's, I know you'll lose your sight to the other room, but you're in both of these places at the same time. You're in the doorway. So you guys see Kaishar point out that there is a door over here. And yeah, so Golos, you're like wiping dust from your eyes, coughing and sneezing because you got a whole face full of dust. And the dust is settling over by these doors.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it off in this direction, so you have a general idea of where it is. So.
Okay, I'll just head over there then.
Cool. I don't know where Raul is. I think he passed out or something. I don't know. So we'll leave him there for now. So you guys, here, I'll put you guys into the secret door because you can't actually see it. Boom. There you go. Secret tunnel.
So we're going that way. I thought it was the other way.
No. Nope. So as you guys make it into the hallway,
Secret tunnel.
You hear a chanting in a language that, until a little while ago, none of you understood.
But I do.
You do. You guys, all of you, it sounds like this to you at first, Kaishar, because you realize that it's not a language that you are inherently familiar with or fluent in. So you have to sit and really listen to comprehend the literal meaning of it. But to the rest of you, it sounds like chittering, skittering, and what you imagine if spiders could talk, what it sounds like. And as you are, it kind of sounds like a combination of that, as well as like a barking of dogs, with the violent sound of a swarm of angry hornets.
Oh, Jesus.
So as that's going on,
few of my least favorite things.
Kashar, you hear this, and one, it gives you a big ass chill down your spine because it's a really creepy combination, and you recognize this language to be abyssal. You know that abyssal is typically spoken by demons or those associated with the demonic, the nine hells, some type of some abyssal creatures speak it, some aberrations speak this language, but mainly demons and more evil beings use this as a method of communication.
This isn't deep speech or primordial.
No, it's abyssal. That's the only reason he can understand it is because he cast comprehend languages, because none of you speak this language.
Just
but
learned that spell today, boys.
there you go. But you hear it, and you hear them crying out, my mistress, accept my offerings, bless me with your power," over and over and over again.
Okay, so I immediately share this with the rest of the group,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds like we have some sort of like queen bee hive kind of mentality that we're fighting up against.
I will ask again, should we take a short rest?
Well, as you are hearing this, as you keep listening more, Kaishar, you hear the same voice say, the door, somebody's here. An unwelcome visitor. Who is here? Ooh, more food for the mistress.
Calm down, Aragog.
Fuck.
Alright, so I share that with the rest of the group too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Meat
So
shields
can
up
we,
front.
Do we have a
please.
door visible that we can see right now?
You can
Hey,
see what you
hey.
can see. Are you
I
back?
do
Are you?
not see a door just
Alright.
yet.
Sorry for being AFK for a little while. Where am I?
You're good. So basically, to do a quick recap, you cross the bridge. Everybody came into this room with a bunch of corpses laying around. There's an altar here that has a bunch of blood on it. They found a spider statuette hand thingy, stuck it into a spider symbol recess over here. Victor investigated the bodies and found like 72 silver or 27 silver and some copper. Because Kaishar cast comprehend languages earlier. Well, when they turned the spider in the recess, kind of like you remember that scene in The Mummy where they put like the broken little thingy.
We got
Yeah,
we got a draw matriarch.
yeah. So you did that, and it opened up a secret passage right here, and bam, you're where everybody is. Kaishar just heard in Abyssal, a language that only he can speak right now because he cast comprehend languages, that there is some sort of demonic-esque-ish being that is crying out to his mistress for power, talking about the beings that are being sacrificed to be granted power, and then they recognize that the door has been opened. So that's where we are. And Oliver ran down this way. So.
Well, it's a shame my character's dumb as shit and can't put two and two together, so you guys are on your own.
But yeah, all of the information that you heard in Abyssal, to you, it doesn't sound like anything except angry wasps and spider chittering and all kinds of like demonic hellish noises. But but Kaishara translated it all for you. So, but yeah, you saw Oliver just run this way. So, all right, now we're caught up. Where do you guys want to go?
I still don't see any door or anything, just more hallways.
Uh-huh.
Can I, so because I can understand the languages, can I also speak them?
What does the spell, I believe, is just to comprehend them specifically. Like, you can hear them, and if you were reading it, you could understand the literal meaning, but no, like, clues or, like...
It's just like how you and me can understand Spanish.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like, you have you're fully fluent in listening, but not in speaking. So, that is the spell tongues that lets you speak.
Ah, good to know. I know what I'll look for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we just fucking follow the fucking Olive Guardian.
Okay. So
Worst decisions have been made.
You're just following this way, huh? He went this way. So
I don't know. What's the party think?
Raul doesn't have an opinion. Raul, so clueless.
All right. So Raul, follow the Olive Garden.
all right, so you guys are all just going that way, huh? Okay, cool. So move yourself. You can go too wide if if you want to. This is about a 10-foot wide hallway all the way, so you can go 2 wide or you can go single file. It's really up to you, however you guys want to do it.
I gotta tell you, I really like that it lights this. That is super neat.
The lighting, yeah, it definitely makes it a lot
really cool.
more interesting for when, you know, I surprise attack you with things, or you don't see things that are coming and you just walk off stuff. It makes it fun. As a player, it's terrifying sometimes. As a DM, it's great. Anyway. Okay.
Don't scare me like that.
Okay,
Might
cool.
I direct you to the mute button?
Before, so if I come up here,
Uh-huh.
would I be able to use perception to see if I hear anything down here?
Yeah, go ahead. The sounds of a angry cloud of wasps and spider skitters gets louder.
Fucking.
Like
Hey,
you're
Raul,
like you're moving towards it.
I found a new band of groupies for you down there.
I think Ty's going in.
Ty ran into a wall. Okay, you can see what you can see. What are you doing? You just gonna keep running?
Do we want to heal? Do we want to?
It's too late now. He's gone. All right, so you run towards the room.
Do we hear anything after he does that?
Are you just sprinting right in this room, or are you staying at the doorway, Raul? Or at least what
Staying
you
at the
believe is the
doorway.
Stand at the doorway.
Okay. So I'm gonna go by what you guys can see to describe. So right now, Raul, you hear the louder noises.
I see.
Okay,
Something.
so-
I see an altar.
Stop right there. As you approach, you see a more elaborate altar in this room, covered in different coins, seemingly valuable weapons, even though they're swords, daggers, etc., and a few other trinkets, nods, and ends. Things that might be valuable to some, but they don't really seem to be like expensive items. They're more of like trinkets you'd find on a mantelpiece. On this altar, you see a young woman, unmoving, covered in blood, very, very, very pale. And as you look to see her, you see that her mouth begins to move, and she just mouths to you, "Save yourself. Leave me." And as you look up, Raoul, from seeing her there on the altar, you see this floating brain with long, spiked tentacles and a giant crow's beak floating towards you inside of this dark room. I need everybody to go ahead and
Is this
roll
a mind
initiative.
laser?
It's not a mind flayer.
No, it's definitely not a mind flare.
Corgan.
It's a grill.
What was that? Oh.
Or a chaos orb?
Shit, I never want to roll high on this.
Okay, so it's actually gonna go. It's gonna go first because it has a higher dex than you. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. That's everybody. All right.
really
So
messed
Oliver
up.
Guardsman, you can probably see it, but you have your movement or whatever you need to do to do. So that right there is 5, 10, 15 feet of movement. So you have now used 15 feet of your movement to get into the room, and now you see it all. You see the whole room. You see the girl laying there, bleeding out and barely breathing, looking pale and almost lifeless. You see this floating brain with tentacles and a beak in front of you.
Can we, boys? That's got to be his daughter. Can one of you grab her while Raul and I hold this thing off and we make a run for it?
Sure.
I can do what I can.
Raul will stand stalwart as a mountain.
Raul, rage charge at that cunt. I'm going to use my last 15 feet of movement to get as close to it as I can.
Okay. So you can get 5, 10. You get like right here. You can get 3 squares from where you are. So you're like right here. Because you gotta go through them.
Would
So,
I be able to discern if this is undead or not?
on your turn, you can certainly try. Oliver.
I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at it.
Okay, go for it. 18 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. 4. All right, you hit it with 4 damage right into its brain hole. All right, Kaishar.
Okay. So I'm gonna move in.
And here's the thing: if you shoot anybody who can't actually see it, if you shoot towards where you think it is, your attacks are at disadvantage because you're effectively blind. So if you can see it, you can shoot it normally, and if you can't see it, then you're at
I'm
disadvantage.
gonna move into the room here, and then I'm gonna shape shift. Now
Okay.
that I can see the girl, I'm gonna shape shift to match her form.
Oh, you are a changeling, right?
I am.
Okay, so you use your action to shapeshift. Are you trying to do that stealthily, or are you just doing it as soon as you walk in?
Just doing it. No, not even hiding it.
Okay. All right, cool. And that's your action and your movement. Do you have any bonus actions?
I don't know. How would I know that?
If you look on your character sheet, you can actually click under, if you go to actions besides spells, and then you click over to bonus action, it'll give you a list of what you have.
2 weapon fighting.
Yep, so that's just if you were holding 2 daggers and you attacked with your first dagger, you can attack with the second dagger. But you didn't do that, so you don't have any. Cool. All right, Golos, you are currently out in the hallway.
Okay.
You hear this.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 25, 30. I see Jack Dick. I just see the chick.
You see her on the table, and you know that you see Oliver's holding his crossbow, so you know Oliver just shot something, but you don't know where he shot it or what he shot at.
Can I say anything to him, or do I have to wait for my turn?
You have to wait till your turn since you went. But you can use a perception check, Golos, I'll let you do it as a free action to see if you can hear where it is, because it's not like it's being quiet. And it'll give you a better it'll give you a better direction of where it is.
Alex, what sound is it making?
So I'll do that.
It's making. You want me to make the actual sound?
Yes, I want to hear it.
Yes.
That's about what you hear. So Golos.
I didn't hear anything. What'd you do?
No?
I didn't
It's
hear
on
a
you.
sound.
No? Well, it's tough because I made a sound. It's it's in about this direction over here, somewhere. You don't know the exact point. But
Would I be able to know if it's sounding with?
Just sit tight. Fire a crossbow bolt if you got it.
Would you say, Golos?
Would I be able to know if it sounds like it's close or within 30 feet?
You might be close. You can guesstimate that you might be able to hit it. With a 21, it's definitely less than 40 feet. I'll tell you that. I won't tell you the exact range, but I'll tell you it's less than 40 feet because you can't see it at all. You're going based sheerly on hearing, and your adrenaline's now pumping through your ears, so you can't get a precise read. So.
Okay. So I will try Channel Divinity, Turn Undead.
Okay. So, link what it does because each cleric does something a little bit different. So just put it in the chat, and I will. Let's see. Each undead that you see are here within 30 feet of you. Okay, let me see what's in 30 feet of you. 30 feet. Alright, so anything in that range. Alright. Okay. You don't hear anything necessarily running away. Let me double check just to make sure I'm right. Yes, I'm right. You don't hear anything running away. So, and that I'll just take your radius away because yeah, you don't hear anything running away. And that's your action. Any bonus actions you want to do?
Nope.
Okay. Raoul, you don't know where it is. You know the general direction of where Oliver shot.
Raoul fears no evil.
Okay, go ahead.
Raoul is fear incarnate.
If you want to know where it is, you have to, or you're just gonna roll. Okay.
Raoul cast light. I'm gonna target the actual altar itself.
You cast light on the altar. Okay. Let me do. Light is what? 20 feet?
20 feet.
All right, just 20 feet bright light.
Yeah, it's so
just
no longer than 10 feet, so I should be able to do most of the altar. 20-foot radius.
Just 20-foot radius. Okay, so yeah. I'll just do this real fast.
It's dim light 20 feet, so it should be basically 40 feet.
All right, so there's not actually a spider here. I'm gonna use this as a light token, so this spider's not gonna do anything. So we're gonna do this and see if this should theoretically do what I need it to do.
So they should be able to see out to about 40 feet.
What color do you want it to be?
Pink. I don't know.
Let me make sure I can change it. I used to be able to change it. Oh, they took that away. All right, so you should theoretically.
Yep,
Can
got
you
the
see
whole
that?
room now.
Cool. So now you can see. This is what you can see. That spider is your light token. So you know. So that's your action to cast light. And I believe light is concentration, is it not?
Touch. Yeah. Effect creation.
It might be. It might not be.
No, there's no concentration check required.
Great. Yep. So it just lasts for an hour. Cool. Okay. Cool. So you use your action to cast light, and any bonus action you want to use. You want to inspire anybody, or you want to move a little bit more.
Fuck are you, brain?
Okay. All right. Cool. So it is this monster's turn. You see it kind of reel back a little bit because it doesn't like being in the bright light. So it's going to see what its movement is. All right, so it's currently hovering, so it's going to fly over to right here between the two of you. It's going to make one attack at you, Raoul, and one attack at Oliver. So the attack at Raoul, he is going to go ahead, and you just see these tentacles come up and go to attack you. And that is a 23 to hit.
Oh yeah.
For 6 piercing damage, and I need you to go ahead and make for me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh my God.
You should be decent at those, being a Minotaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ty's rolling still.
Yeah,
Really
unfortunately, you failed. You are now considered poisoned, and paralyzed, and grappled.
Hooray!
So, being poisoned, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Paralyzed, you're incapacitated. You cannot do anything. But at the end of your next turn, at the end of every turn, you can reroll your Constitution saving throw. So, yes, and any attack that hits you is a critical hit if it's within 5 feet of you. But because I've already said that it's going to use its second attack to attack Oliver, I will be doing that. I'm not going to not do that. So, oh man, it rolled a natural 1 against Oliver, so it misses. But you see Oliver, this thing just wraps tentacles around around your Minotaur friend, doing a decent amount of damage, and just wraps him up hard, and he just locks up, and you see the anger in his eyes get real bright, but he can't seem to move. Neo.
Right. So now that I can see what's going on.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was a solid use of light.
Yeah,
good job.
that was. If
I didn't expect that. I'm glad.
No.
I like being
I didn't
surprised.
expect that from the guy who.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't expect anyone to be able to understand Abyssal, but here we are. So, anyway.
I don't know, man. I've only played this game for fucking 20 years.
We're a very surprising bunch.
Yeah, I like it. All right, what are you gonna do, Neo?
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get around this corner. I should have enough to go right here, right?
You were here 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you can get there.
30.
Yep.
30 feet. Okay. And then I'm gonna attack the thing in front of me. This, fuck you to God in front of me.
Yep.
With my spear.
Okay, you throwing it?
Yes, throwing it.
Okay, go ahead. And misses. You just launch the spear, and you miss it, and you hear it go ding, 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 and it clatters over here on the floor. Any bonus action you want to utilize, or any movement? Or you use movement? Any bonus action?
Hang my head in shame.
Okay. Oliver, you see tentacles wrapped around your Minotaur friend, and this thing trying to bite at you and peck, and you moved out the way last time, and it missed you horribly. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to attack. Can I attack specifically these tentacles to try to chop my Minotaur friend free?
Technically, yes.
The only way you're going to be able to free him is on a natural 20. I will tell you that. Because he's wrapped and incapacitated, so if you hit him, you'll do damage, but you will not free him unless you roll a crit. And that's because there's no rule to break him free unless you use your action as a help action to help him pass his save. But if you want to attack him, if you roll a natural 20, I'll let you slice the tentacles off of him, or at least break him out. So, it's your choice.
What do you
But
think,
if you hit with a natural 20, you're still gonna do damage anyway. So if you're going to attack him, a natural 20 would break him free. Otherwise, it would be a regular attack. So that's up to you.
What do you think, lads? This is my first time. What should I do?
I can't speak. I'm paralyzed.
Yeah, he's incapacitated.
As long as you don't hit him with a crit fail, you should be fine.
You won't.
Yeah.
I don't do crit fumble. I don't do crit fumble tables against other players. I think that's a bunch of bullshit, and I don't do that. So.
You do called shots?
No. You can if you say, hey, I'm aiming at his face, and then you roll an attack and you hit him in the face. But it's not going to give you any bonus to damage or reduct or an increase to their AC. The only increase to AC is like if they have a natural way to do it or they're behind cover. Nice. 20 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 9 damage. Cool.
So did I break him free then?
Nope. You have to roll a natural 20. You rolled a 15 plus 5.
Oh.
So you'll know if you roll a natural 20 because that'll be green. Same when you roll a natural 1, it's red. So,
Gotcha.
Any bonus actions you want to use or any other movement? Because you're still within 5 feet. If you move out of his range, he'll get an attack of opportunity that he can attack you, just so you know how that works. But he doesn't have to.
Do I have any?
The only bonus actions you have left right now, because you guys did not short rest, contrary to your request, is the ability to Second Wind, which is a self-healing spell. Basically, you take like a deep breath, focus yourself, and get some healing back.
There's also the great healing spell of rescuing me.
Well, he used his action, so he can't do that right now.
I'm just saying.
All right. So if you don't want to,
I'll do Second Wind.
okay, that's a 1d10 plus 2, so you could potentially get 12 HP back, and you're down 4. So it's up to you. But there you go.
All right. How do I get to that?
So if you look on your sheet, just go into your actions and scroll down. You should see the bonus action that says
Yeah. I see it.
yeah. So you can just click the little dice that's beside it, the red B. It will automatically roll in D&D Beyond for you.
And next to Second Wind.
Because Second Wind is your healing one. This is if you want to regain HP, if you feel you're hurt enough to do it. Otherwise, you don't have to. It's just there, and you can only do it once per short rest, just like your action surge.
All right. I'll hold off actually. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not seeing.
Yeah.
How to do it, so I'll just wait.
Yeah, so if you scroll down, you'll see how it says Second Wind, once per short rest. You can use a bonus action to regain 1d10. You just click the red. I'll click it and show you what it looks like, but this isn't going to do anything for you. So you click it and it rolls, and you would have gotten 5 plus 2. So you would have gotten 7 back. So, but you didn't do it, so don't worry about that. That's just an example.
Okay.
Cool. Kaishar.
Okay, so I'm near the podium. Is the girl strapped down or anything? Can I see that?
She is not tied down. She is just laying there very nearly dead.
Oh, cool. So awesome. per Oliver Guardsman's original plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna move over there.
Okay.
The podium.
Okay.
And I'm gonna push her off towards blue wizard guy here. Not seeing a name.
Which one? The blue guy?
Yeah.
Golos?
I'm gonna take her place on the podium, so Golos can grab her.
Okay, so Golos, you just see this girl get pushed onto the floor, and Kaishar just lays in her spot. I'll say that's that's part of your bonus action and movement, just to push her off and take her spot. So.
Cool. So does that takes up all my possible moves?
If you want to do an action as you're laying down to attack or something, you can do that.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
So as I'm laying down.
If you're laying down, it's going to be a disadvantage because you're prone. If you want to do it as you're laying down, it won't be any disadvantage. So.
As I'm laying down, so just
Cool.
before I lay down,
Yep.
I'm gonna throw an Eldritch Blast over that way.
Do it.
You know, just to
Okay.
keep it interesting.
Come on, lad,
That
get
will
him.
miss. So as you go to lay down, you kind of shoot as you're falling and you miss, but you lay down.
Well, at
So.
least I laid down successfully.
All right, Golos. You see this girl just get plopped on the ground in front of you, and Kaishar takes her place.
Okay. I just kind of shake that off.
You also see Raoul just like bound by tentacles.
Yeah, fair enough. Gross. So looking at the creature that has Raoul bound, would I say that it's like an abomination, an aberration? Would I know the type of it roughly?
Roll a. Roll me a nature check. You aren't 100% sure what this thing is, but you feel like it is an aberration of sorts. You don't know like anything it's immune to or like strong against or weak against. You don't know any of the specifics of it, but you know it's an aberration, and you've heard of floating brains before, and you know this isn't a mind flayer because you know those are very humanoid, and they have like tentacles for their face. This almost looks like it could be a pet of theirs, and you know it to be a grell. And that's about all you know, is that it's an aberration and it's called a grell.
Okay. Knowing that, I will cast Guiding Bolt at it.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage, or roll your attack because you gotta hit it first. Or what level are you casting it at? You only have first levels, right?
Hold on. I may have missed that.
Nope, you hit it right, but you missed. You did the right button click, but you missed. Sadly.
Fuck.
Okay, so you guys just see, what color is your guiding bolt?
I guess like a mix of black and blue, or black and green.
You guys see this black and green bolt of just like radiant necrotic energy just go right past Raoul's head, right past the grell, and explode on the wall over here. Is that your turn? You have a bonus action still, and movement.
Is the girl like right here?
She's basically like right here in front of you. Here, I'll do this. Hold on one sec.
I'ma just step over her and go there.
Okay, cool. So she's laying right there.
Stick to the plan.
So Raoul, so you are incapacitated, meaning you can't really do it. You can't do anything at all in your turn. But being the end of your turn now, you get to roll a Constitution saving throw against being jacked up.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
As you step closer to Raoul, you see that Raoul, while incapacitated, you see the hate behind Raoul's eyes, and you see just the snorting of hot air out of their mouth, and they managed to break the bonds. That was exactly the DC you needed to hit. And that's the end of your turn, so your turn is over, but you're no longer incapacitated, and you are no longer restrained. So you are free of its capabilities.
I'm gonna feel so bad if he attacks.
Seeing what's going on, the fact that you broke it, you see it shake its head, so it's gonna try and smack you with its beak, and then throw its tentacles over at Oliver. So the beak attack against you, Raoul, is an 18 to hit.
Oh god, yeah.
For 9 piercing damage.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And against Oliver, Jesus, a 14 to hit will miss. So Raoul takes a big, like basically as the tentacles get thrown off, you kind of see like throws them up like an octopus, and he just hammers its beak right into Raoul's forehead, and then tries to slap you with its tentacles, Oliver, but you just dodge out of the way. Neo.
Who's our healer?
The one who's dying, and Golos.
Fucking A.
All right, so
well, 3 if you can heal. So
should get around it.
yeah, who's looking?
Raoul's
worse?
looking real fucked up.
Raoul's not having a good day.
You see Raoul's like got a nosebleed, blood coming from the forehead, just looking generally just not in a good way.
Oh, gross! He's having his nose bleeding. All right. Well, I'm gonna do some cure wounds on Raoul.
Okay. Just first level cure wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. You get 5 healing points back, Raoul, which is better than nothing.
Can I use my special attack on Raoul, or is it
No,
only for
it's
me?
only for
That's
you.
alright. Listen, I can survive another round attack. This is killing motherfucker.
Yeah, it is a self-healing ability. Do you want to do anything with a bonus action or your move, or the rest of your movement, Neo? You are now in its melee range.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say because it's diagonal, but if it's
Yeah, everything in all of the squares touching it is melee range for it, so it gets 8 squares of.
The diagonal counts. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Well then.
Same for you though. So if it moved, you would get an attack of opportunity because it's the same thing. So.
Okay. All right. Then I'll attack with my longsword.
Well, if you use your action to do cure wounds, you cannot.
Oh yeah, right. I can't
Right.
attack. Right.
Cool. All right.
Back it up, Will. We need you to heal.
Nah, it's okay.
All right. Is that your turn? You got some movement left, and you got a bonus
Do
action
I-
if you have anything.
5, 10, when I'm 15 feet, so I got what, 15 feet left?
Yep. If you have 30 feet of movement.
5, 10, 15, 20.
But if you listen, if you moved into its attack of opportunity zone and you move out of it, what's the point? So the smart move.
You can't tell him how to play his turn. What do you want to do, Victor?
Fine.
Well, just like they can't tell you how to play your turn. So, Victor, what are you gonna do? You can stay, you can move, but it's up to you. Oh no. Did he mute? No. What are you gonna do, Vic?
No, I'm still here.
Oh.
He's thinking.
5, 10. I'll move back 10.
Okay. He's gonna try and snap
it.
at you with his beak. That's a 20 to hit for 6 damage.
20 to hit for 6 damage. I'll take it.
Okay, Oliver, it's your turn. But now, the way, just so people who haven't played before, he's used his reaction, and you get 1 reaction for the round. So now if anybody else moves in or goes to step away, he's used his reaction. He has no more attack of opportunity, just like you guys get 1 reaction. So he will not get his reaction back until it is his turn again. So you can walk in and out of his space
The
your whole
brain.
turn. Yeah, the brain
Correct.
thing. Yeah. So you can walk in and out as much as you want, and it cannot attack you for a reaction. So.
All right.
So-
fucker.
Took one for the team.
Yeah, you did.
All right. Well, I'm gonna attack the bastard.
Do it. Roll your attack. 15 definitely hits. For 7 damage. Okay.
We have no idea how much HP this bastard has, do we?
Nope.
My guess is it's somewhere in the 40s.
All right. Now I've damaged it for 17 so far. at
You
least.
have no idea as characters how much he has, or how strong or how weak it is.
I'm speaking out of context, but like I'm guessing it's somewhere in the 40s.
Nope, that'd be wrong. But anyway, what else do you want to do on your turn? I'll tell you how much it is afterwards.
I'll back up as well then if he can't attack me.
All right, he cannot. So you move back there, Kaishar.
Sorry, did I miss the part of Oliver Guardsman's story where he was an Irish immigrant?
I don't know. Maybe.
I cast potato.
I cast famine and
Oh, no.
It's super effective.
Well, I mean, you have blight, which is the same. It will destroy all plants, so it's kind of like famine. All right,
That's
Kaishar.
definitely a family.
His weakness is
All right, is there
vodka.
anything about like sneak attacks being added or surprise
No,
attacks or
that's
anything like that?
so he knows you're there because the enemy knows all the creatures that are in this room. But you wouldn't get a sneak attack because that's a specific thing to rogues. But no, you'd only get surprise attack if you surprised them before, which you guys didn't because this creature was. There's only one way into this room and it was gonna see it.
Well,
So
I was just saying because I shapeshifted into
Oh,
the shape of.
yeah, it saw you change into the shape, so it
I
knows.
can sneak here next time.
It knows who you are.
In that case, I guess I'll just fucking attack it. Looks like my best attack is still Eldritch Blast. So
Oh
that should
yeah,
be-
well, that's a warlock, absolutely.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just keep slapping it with that.
Okay, 18 definitely hits.
nice.
That's a solid amount of damage, 10. That's like max damage on until you get the thing which lets you add your charisma modifier. That is max damage. Cool.
Suck on that.
Do you want to move anywhere? Or
Uh,
you want to stay there?
I mean, the spider is just the light.
Yeah,
right?
the spider's just the light source, just because I can't
Alright.
I can't make the map that I have to have a token. So that's your.
I'm just gonna. I'll move over here. if
Actually, I'm
that's-
gonna try something. Let me know if all your light goes away. Does it go away? No.
I
No,
still
but I
have it.
still have a spider.
Oh, that's good. No, that's fine. I just put it as part of the map, so I didn't accidentally delete it. So cool. That's fine. Great. All right. Cool. Golos.
Cool. Let's see. You said it would take 1 action to put the poison on anything?
It would, yes.
Oh, fuck. Wish that was a
Well,
bonus.
normally I would revoke an attack of opportunity, but luckily Victor stepped in and stepped out.
It would not actually provoke an attack of opportunity to put something on an object.
Dude, this game has been watered down. Use that. Jesus.
I will do another guiding bolt
Okay.
and see if I can hit it this time.
Okay. Go for it.
Please, dear God. Oh, Fuck me.
That misses. Yep. All right. That your turn?
To wrap up, I'll just shift into here.
Okay. Raul. Okay. Roll your
He's
attack.
a werewolf. He's mad crazy.
He's crazy. Oh no, the music went away. That hits, so roll your damage.
Your soundtrack wasn't expecting this.
It was
Don't
not.
you mind me, I will.
There you go, boy.
Hold on one sec. Bam. There we go. It just restarted. 11 damage. Great. Cool, cool, cool. It does not look happy about that. It's looking pretty hurt. Anything else you want to do in your turn?
I'm gonna spit on it.
Okay. You want to move or you want to stay there?
No, I spit. I literally spit on the fucking thing.
Oh, I know. And I'm asking, do you want to stay there or do you want to move?
I'll take a step back.
Okay. Cool. Great. Okay. So, the Grell getting slapped with an axe wants to get you, but it sees something in front of you first, so it's going to attack the thing immediately in front of its face that decided to step there. So, tentacles coming your way. That's a 16 to hit Golos, which I think miss. Yeah, because your AC 17, so it misses with the
Yeah, that
tentacles.
misses.
It's going to come down and try and hammer you with a beak. Jesus Christ, it rolls another 16. It slaps you with the tentacles, and you kind of beat him away, and it comes down to claw with the beak to bite at you, and you just move barely, and you see this beak just right past your face and past your shoulder, and just miss. Man, Raul, if that was you,
Kind of like
you would have jacked up.
Oh, I would have been hit.
You would- Yeah, you would have been jacked up. Yeah, they both miss. Neo.
This is my first time playing D&D.
Neo, it's your turn.
All right. Let's go ahead and.
Okay.
Yeah. Move
Awesome.
over here,
All right.
and then I still. Do I just have one spear? I hope I don't. That's okay. I'll just do firebolt.
Okay, cool. That does hit,
Sweet.
and you blast him in the face with firebolt. Great. Cool. Oliver, it is your turn.
My good old-fashioned flamethrower attachment.
Okay. Going for the attack. That will miss.
Ah,
Stay in there.
I'll move here.
Okay. You're gonna step out of its range, and because it's been its turn, it has its attack of opportunity back, and it will attack you.
Oh, I didn't hear that. My
Yep.
bad.
So you can stay there, or you can move one square over, and you can move here if you want, and it won't attack you. But if you move completely out, it's gonna bite at you.
Oh yeah, I'll just move there then.
Okay. So it does not bite you. Kaishar.
I'm gonna blast it with an Eldritch Blast,
Do it.
as per usual. Now my poison spray spell.
Yeah.
Is that just really weak compared with the Eldritch Blast?
Poison
How
spray can
weak
get
is it?
multiple characters that are in that range, so it's
Gotcha.
not
Yeah,
as
it's a crowd
strong, but
control.
it can get more things that are really close to you, which is efficient because it's within 5 feet, I believe that hits. So like if you cast a ranged spell within like 5 feet, it's a disadvantage, but you're further away. Whereas poison spray, I think you just blast it out of your face, basically, so it can get them immediately in front of you, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that hits for
Gotcha.
4 damage. Golos.
Now, can we heal? What's her name?
You haven't
Oh,
tried.
the dead girl, yeah.
Can we heal
She
her
i-
to see if she can rejoin the fight?
Well, I pushed her onto the ground, so there's that.
She is on the ground. Golos, it's your turn.
All right, let's see. So basically, none of my spells worked there.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, I'm trying to figure out if something is a first or a 0 level spell. My bad.
What's the spell name?
Oh, it's inflict wounds. Yeah, it
That's
is.
a
Never mind.
first level spell.
Yeah, I'm out of slots.
Yep. You have Sacred Flame, Toll the Dead, and Word of Radiance. All of those will
So
hit.
I'm just gonna do Sacred Flame on it.
Okay, it's got to make what, a dex save? Dex
Uh,
save 13, I think.
yes.
All right, cool. Dex save. It rolled a 13 exactly, so it doesn't take any
God
damage.
fucking damn it.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Raul. Stepping in to slice it with the axe, huh? I like it.
I am.
Solid play.
Murder.
That'll miss. 7 misses. Are you staying? Are you staying in its range? Or are you gonna move out?
I'm gonna actually risk it. I'm gonna
Okay.
step out.
All right. So it's gonna take a beak attack at you, which it might miss. Let's see. It rolled a 9, so it misses. Cool. So you do not get hit. So it's the Grell's turn. It's going to try and grab the thing that's doing the most damage to it right now, and it's going to try and tentacle wrap you up, Oliver. It rolled a 16, which just hits you. So you take 10 piercing damage, and I need you to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, please, to see if you are made incapacitated. You are not made incapacitated. You, in fact, you feel it wrap around you, and the poison doesn't seem to affect you. You're not incapacitated, but you are grappled and considered restrained, which means you cannot move, and any attacks you make are at disadvantage, and any attacks against you are at advantage, but you can still attack, and you can still try and break that grapple on your turn, which is soon. And then he's going to turn and try and beak Golos in the face with his second attack. That's an 18 to hit for 8 damage. Neo, it is your turn. You see the Grell has...
What's the name out of here?
Well, you're wrapped up and restrained, so you can't go anywhere. But yeah, you see Oliver wrapped up in brain tentacles, and Golos just getting beaked in the face. What are you going to do?
Alright, I'm moving over here. And then casting...
Do it.
Going to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew, which is essentially a stream of acid.
Okay.
30 feet long, 5 feet wide, so it's essentially the length of where we are. Each creature in line must make
Ooh, Dolly, I'm glad you pushed her where you pushed her, because she would be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each creature in the line must make a dex saving throw or be covered in acid.
So, if he had not, when he pushed her off, if he had not said that that's where he pushed her, she would now be dead. Because Neo is casting a 30-foot line spell, and she's 35 feet away. So yeah, so she's not dead. It's a dex save, right?
Yeah.
Boys, that's some fucking teamwork right there.
What's the save?
Creatures covered in the
What's your spell save?
What's
I know that. What's the number? What's your actual spell save number?
Yeah, Dex 13.
13. Yeah, they rolled a 15 total on that. Does anything happen when they save? Because they saved. Or they're just covered, so they're not covered in acid. Cool, great.
Yeah, they're not covered in acid.
Cool.
Nothing
Okay,
happens.
so have you used both your spells, or do you have any left? I think that was both. Cool. All right, that's your turn, Oliver. So you are restrained. So what you can do on your turn, you can either use your action to try and break out of the restraint, which would cost your whole action, and you can't currently move. And then you could have a bonus action, or you can attack this monster at disadvantage, which means you roll twice, and you take the lower of the 2 rolls. That option is completely yours.
I will try to break.
Okay, so to break the grapple, I need you to go ahead and make a strength saving throw of 15 is what you have to hit. A 9. So you fail, you cannot move, but you still have access to your bonus action. If you want a second wind, you can do it. If not, your turn's over.
I do want a second wind.
Okay.
I just clicked it and made it a red box, but that's...
No, so what you have to do is you have to click the little red dice that has the B in it. That's right beside it. It says like 1d10 and there's a little red dice there.
There's nothing that's coming up when I'm around second wind.
It should be beside the actual word second wind, not by the red box. It might also have disappeared if you clicked on the... Unclick the box for a second.
Okay.
Because it should be in your D&D Beyond sheet. Yeah, so... Yeah, so if you unclick the box... Oh, you have to reset your page, that's why. Because once you click it, it effectively like makes it go away. So just hit refresh, and you should see if you scroll back to exactly where you were, it should say 1d10, be a little red B, and +2.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, so just click on that, and you'll get that. And so you get 12 total HP back, because you rolled a 10.
Cool.
So you get 12 HP. You breathe in, and now you've used that, and you don't get that back again until your short rest. And then you'll get that and action surge both back. So you basically just regenerated your whole damn HP pool. So yeah, your action, you failed to break out. You have no movement because you're restrained, but you use your bonus action and you survived. So Kaishar.
Kill this bastard.
Kaishar. All right, cool. So no one's really moved around much physically, and
Nope.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep attacking this son of a bitch unless one of my teammates who's in trouble calls out a specific quest.
Help me.
You see that Oliver is struggling to get out of the grapple. You see Neo's throwing acid. Golos isn't really hitting with his spells, and Raoul keeps charging in, slicing, and backing up. So do whatever you feel is best.
Can I be very targeted with my Eldritch Blast, or is that just a hit or miss?
What are you trying to do specifically?
Well, like he's I'd like to hit him right in his fucking beak.
Yeah, you can definitely. If you roll the attack and you hit, you can shoot him straight in the beak if you want to.
I'm going straight for his goddamn beak. I want
Okay.
to take that out.
All right.
So Eldritch Blast, here we go.
That hits for sure. Go ahead and roll your damage. 4. All right,
And a
cool.
4,
So you
better than nothing.
you blast him in the face with just this beam of force damage, and you see that the head kind of reels back, and he lets out this evil squawking sound. There seems to be a little crack, a couple of small cracks in his beak. Like it did a decent amount of damage, and he's not happy about it. Do you want to move anywhere, or are you staying there?
I'll move a little bit in just to confuse him.
Okay, cool. Golos.
Okay. Excuse me. So I am actually going to move 5, 10, 15 feet away.
He's gonna take a
And then
beak bite at you because he hasn't done anything since he tried to hit Raoul last time. So 17 to hit
yeah.
for 9 piercing
AC
damage.
17. Okay, well, never mind. I'm making fucking death saving throws back.
So you don't have to make one this turn because you went down this turn. You don't start until next turn.
Fucker.
So you're down.
This
Kaishar,
Okay.
you see Golos try to run away, and the Grell like catches him in the back of the neck and just chomps into him, and he falls. Raoul.
Raoul is going to grab the biddy
Okay.
and go down the quarter.
Oh, you're gonna grab her and then run this way?
Yep.
So if you pick her up, so you pick her up as your action, no problem. She's a child. But it costs, you can only move half your movement when you're carrying somebody, so
I'm 700 fucking pounds.
it doesn't matter. It's the mechanics of the game. So you can move half movement when you're carrying or dragging somebody, which means you can get to here with her basically with you. So
Better than nothing.
it is the Grell's turn.
I'm gonna say that sounds like some horse shit.
Listen, you identify as a human. You are stuck by our limitations.
Alright, whatever.
That's the mechanics of the game. So
Oh, hang on. So I can move that far, and I'm gonna crossbow shot over.
you cannot do that. You used your action to pick her up. You cannot then attack.
Alright, fine.
So the Grell has you grappled. So the Grell has you grappled, so it cannot use its tentacles to then attack you. So it can only do one attack this turn right now, so it's going to beak. 21 to hit for 6 damage. Cool.
Fuck your beak.
Neo,
Damn beak.
its turn.
Alright. I'm gonna go charging at it.
Okay.
with my longsword.
Okay. 18
Boom.
hits for 8 damage. I don't know why it rolls twice, but you do 8 damage. And
I saw the 2 and I was about to leave.
Now you're good.
I was about to walk to my car.
It's 8 damage. It's looking real hurt, real close to death. So, and are you staying in there, or are you gonna run away and take an attack of opportunity?
I'm staying in here. I'm going for, if I can get the killing blow, I'm going for it.
All right, Oliver. So
you
can attack at disadvantage, or you can try and break the grapple. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
Heal yourself, Raul.
It's your turn, Oliver.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah, do you want to attack at disadvantage, or do you want to try and break the grapple?
I'm going to attack at disadvantage.
Okay, so if you're in D&D Beyond, you can also hold control and click attack, and it will do it for advantage or disadvantage, or you can just click it twice. Either way, it's up to you.
Control and click attack?
Yep, it should make it go red, and then it's the same with advantage. If you hold shift, you'll attack at advantage.
When it makes it a plus.
The shift will make it a plus. The control should make it a negative or minus. If it doesn't, you can roll it either way, and we'll just take the lower of them. So it doesn't matter how it rolls. We'll just take the lower of whatever it is. So an 11 just misses. So. All right, and you are restrained, or you're grappled, so you can't run away anywhere. And you used your bonus actions already. So Kaishar.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Do the old favorite.
Do it.
Do that Eldritch Blast.
Bam.
I'm gonna hit his beak again,
Okay.
specifically.
Yep. If you can
Fuck
hit
your
him.
beak.
Natural 1.
That does not
Critical failure. You shoot it and it just it goes right past. And Raul, you see this Eldritch, this force beam go right past your head and smash into the wall over here. It doesn't hit you, but you see dust from the wall bust up in your face.
I was distracted by the barking dog.
Okay, is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Golos. Go ahead and make me a death saving throw. So the way death saving throws work for anyone who hasn't seen them, you just roll a d20. You roll a d20, and so they're at the beginning of your turn. When you roll a natural 1, you lose 2 fail. You fail twice. If you fail 3 times, you die. With a natural 20, you automatically take in a deep breath. You gain 1 hit point, and you come back, and you have your whole turn because it is at the beginning of your turn. So you have your action, your bonus action, and your movement, but you are down, so you need to use half your movement to get up. So. Yeah, but if you roll a 1 to a 9, it's considered a failure, and a 10 plus is a success. 3 successes, you get back up. 3 fails, you die permanently, unless you get resurrected later. But, yeah, so he got a natural 20, which means he gets 1 HP, and he's no longer, well, unconscious. And you have a whole turn.
So, that was half my movement?
Half your movement to stand up, correct.
Okay, so then I'll move 5, 10, 15 away.
Okay. And you have, looking at the Grell, it looks on damn near death's door.
Sweet. And Sacred Flame that motherfucker.
Alright. Okay. As you stand up, as you see your deity gives you a surge of life energy. You feel the air return to your lungs. You guys see Golos' eyes spark open. He quickly stands up and rolls off to his side, looking over at the Grell, calls down a pillar of blue-black necrotic sacred energy. And Oliver, you feel the radiant heat from this, but the tentacles around you loosen, completely fall off of you, and then the Grell falls to the ground, dead.
Fuck yeah, the one time I hit it matters. Boom.
You have successfully completed the Grell kill.
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Nice.
Can I run over to the girl and do a heal check on her?
Yes, you absolutely can. Go ahead and roll a medicine check.
Can I investigate all the weapons on the altar?
Yes. So anybody who wants to investigate anything in this room can just go ahead and roll investigation checks. With an 11, you. Oh, we're just gonna be here. You with Raul holding her, so she's kind of in a more stable position than just like strewn out on the floor. With the two of you focusing and kind of working together to get her back, you stabilize her, and you are able to revive her and bring her back to 1 HP effectively, and she is no longer unconscious, but she is still real fucked up. Wow, you both rolled nat 20s when it didn't really matter. But anyway, okay. So, and to answer your question earlier about the HP for the Grell, it was 70. But there you go.
Yeah.
So, it had a AC of 12 and 70 HP. But okay, so with those investigation checks, you see that the weapons, they are just standard weapons. You have 2 short swords. You basically have 2 of the following: short sword, long sword, dagger, and quarterstaff. So there's 8 total weapons there, and there are some coins laying around. You have
Raoul needs none of the weapons, but Raoul could use a coin or 2.
So there's a total of 25 gold and 50 copper. So you can split that, or you can do whatever you want with that. But also,
I say we split the money evenly. I want to take the short sword.
okay, cool. So
you can't split the money in evenly though because stuff.
yeah, you can.
I mean, almost evenly.
Okay.
25 gold and 50 copper is 5 gold and 10 copper each.
There's 4 of us.
Is there 4? For some reason, I keep thinking there's 5. There is. No, I was counting 1, 2. No, there's 5 of you.
There's 5 of us.
Yeah, there's 5. My math isn't that bad. But so doing the investigation of the room with the 2 natural 20s, I was gonna have you have to make another check, but since both of you crit, you see that. Oh, excuse me. On this altar, there is a lot of symbology. In between your 2 investigations,
Ooh, I can read that.
you can. It's more symbols, more so than words, but you can take a look. The information that you see, there is a lot of symbols of death and skulls, daggers, and spiders. And some writings which you can read in Abyssal. It's the same as the language that you were hearing earlier. So as you sit, because you have to spend a minute reading it to get each page effectively. So there's effectively 2 pages worth of information for mechanics. So you see that it's talking about mentions of the Dark Mother, the Weaver of Destiny, and a lot of stuff about, a lot of just images of spiders, and then death, and that's kind of what you gather from it. You're not 100% sure what it means, but that's the information that you glean from it. You also, with those investigation checks, find, alongside the gold and the copper that you found and the weapons, there are also 20 gold worth of gems just buried in the corner underneath a bunch of stuff. And there's a pair of goggles of night. They're old, but they still work. So
Dibs on the goggles.
What do those do?
they give a person dark vision.
Dibs, I got them.
You guys can figure.
mean,
you guys can figure that out as a
We
party.
could fight you for it.
I don't need it.
For that, Dibs.
I mean, if we're gonna be going into any dark crevices, I feel like the 700-pound human
Agreed.
should be
Our
able
meat,
to.
our meat shield. should have
The
sight
fact
damage.
that you guys are using your bard as your meat shield blows my mind. But anyway. Anyway.
Minotaur meat shield.
Yeah, right. But so you guys find, like I said, you find 20 gold worth of gems, which you can either save to use later, or you can just split them up and effectively have 4 gold worth of gems each, and a pair of goggles of night, which I'll add into your inventory here in a little bit. Whoever Ty or whoever wants them, or whoever gets them. But so you stabilize, you stabilize the girl who tells you that her name is Sarah, which is exactly what you assumed, because that's why you came here. So you finish investigating the room, you find the gold, you find the gems, you find the goggles, you find the information that I shared with you, Peter, regarding the spiders and the death and the other information that I shared. You can share that if you so choose, or not. You're the only one that can read it. So everyone can see the symbology, but you're the only one that can actually read the wording that is written in Abyssal.
So yeah, so Alex, so given my my investigation check, I can't read the Abyssal, but
no, you absolutely cannot read anything related to this language. So the critical doesn't necessarily, it doesn't let you be able to read things you can't read. You could figure out what language it is. You could figure out that it is in fact Abyssal. Yeah,
so
but you have no idea what it says. But
yeah, I have no idea what it says. But like, do I get like, essentially, I understand? Can I glean anything from the symbology? Like, I don't know what it means, but
well, I mean,
or is it just to the point where it's just death and a bunch of spiders?
So
you found writing.
Yeah, so you found the writing, which your then compatriot, I assume, read and shared the information with you if they so choose. But if you hadn't quite, while Peter is reading, while Kaishar is reading the information, reading the abyssal, you glean that it has something to do, based on the fact that this looked to be a sacrifice of some sort, and there's death and spiders. You imagine that there is some sort of being that they are sacrificing to in an attempt to get something. You don't know what, you don't know who, but as your friend reads it, your compatriot reads it, they can share the information that I shared with them regarding what it is. So you know a little bit more, but that's all you know. So
Would I be able to ask my god, since Mercule is the god of death, to see like if they would know anything about it if they answer?
do you have commune, divine intervention, or the ability otherwise with which to ritually speak with your god right now?
Oh shit.
I can tell you that you do not right now have that ability. So when you get the ability, yes, you can. But right now, you can.
Well, then why'd you ask, you tease?
Because I wanted to tease. You can roll a religion check and see if you can glean anything further regarding what the deity may be, because you are a religious person. So go ahead and roll a religion check.
Okay.
And since you do worship the god you worship, it won't be at disadvantage since it might be similar. But you don't know. 14. You know there is a deity which utilizes spider symbology and iconography, but you don't know who. So
Fair enough.
you know it's a deity and it's not a good one. Then again, why would there be worshipping a good deity and sacrificing people? Kind of self-explanatory. But you guys
go back several thousand years ago. There were a lot of deities that we sacrificed humans to.
Yep. So you guys have cleared this room. There is no additional. You found all the information and all the stuff that you can find here. You can rest here if you want to. You can camp here for the night and take a full long rest and then make your way back. Or you can make your way out to the waterfall and camp up there, or just start making your way back right away. However you guys wish to do it.
I don't like.
I would say let's stay here and
Camp it.
make sure everyone gets healed up so we don't get like attacked on the way back.
I just don't like the sound that when Raul was running towards this room, the sound of hornets and spiders grew.
So that sound stopped when you killed the Grell.
Yeah.
That seemed to be the language they were speaking.
Then in that case, let's rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys rest here, and in about an hour, because the spell only lasts an hour, you see the altar. The light kind of fades. Raul, if you want to keep that light maintaining whenever you're awake, you can do that.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so it falls dark. Raul has the goggles of night on, and it attunes to them over the rest. So Raul now has dark vision. Oliver, you can see in the dark anyway. I will tell you there's no need for perception checks on here because nothing else is coming down here. You guys rest. You take your 3 days travel with Sarah back to town, and you hear that she doesn't know how she ended up here. She was asleep in her bed, and then she was almost dead on this altar, and then a few hours later you appeared. So it doesn't seem like, while she did get kidnapped a few days ago, it feels like the people who kidnapped her and kidnapped all the other people who were dead upstairs took their time getting back, and so you weren't far behind them. But you returned Sarah to her father, and he pays you as agreed, 50 gold pieces each and a single drift globe. Who wants the drift globe? And I'll put it in their character sheet.
Doesn't make sense for me to have it.
It's basically whoever needs to be able to see, this will provide light. So, and 3 if you don't have dark vision now.
I'll take it.
Okay, cool. I'll add it to your thing. So,
yeah,
cool. And it basically floats around, so you can just tell it to go places, and it will move between you. It's basically a
That
floating
works
flashlight.
so well with my
We're
character.
bringing up our rear.
Yep, that's fine. However you want to do it, whenever you want to do it, is fine. So he tells you that you obviously have a week's worth of free stays at the local inn. You guys get your money, your drift globe. You have, alongside the nights, you also get free meals for the week because you saved his daughter. And so you guys make it back there towards the night of the day you arrive. So you arrive at like dinner time. So you guys get your meal, you get your rewards, you get your meal. And as you go up to pass out for the night, is there anything else you want to do at the end of your last day of travel before you go to sleep?
Can we throw a party at this inn?
You can totally throw a party if you want.
Listen, here's my thought process on this. They owe me more than this, but I'm gonna remember this because I got 2 street gangs in my favor.
What?
I got 2 street gangs.
Remember Raul was talking to the kids before we left, and he's essentially their pimp.
Okay.
I'm a gang lord.
Okay. What did you want to particularly do with them? Anything?
I would like to understand what they procured for me in terms of information.
He paid them to get info on the mayor.
Oh, I know what he paid them to. What he paid them to do. I'm just trying to think real quickly. So you guys make it back.
Ah, man, I threw Alex off guard.
No, I'm just trying to think because. Go ahead and roll persuasion checks. Roll 2 because effectively you have 2 competing factions.
I got 2 gangs. Yeah, that is correct. Okay.
2 groups of children that you paid 1 gold to find information about their town's leader.
Which is a lot of money.
Gold's not as much as you think. It's basically a day's worth of stuff, which I mean is a lot, but it's not like you're not giving them a fortune.
A lot. These kids have nothing.
You don't know that. You don't know anything about them.
Okay, listen. Try to defend them. Well, I can't see anything.
Oops, wrong button.
Where the fuck's my glasses? I don't have my glasses on.
Do you want me to just click it for you and roll it for you?
Can you?
Yeah, I can do it for you. It'll just roll from your sheet. So your first one, and then your second one. So your first one was a 24, and your second was an 8, and that was just straight from your sheet. So with the 8, you can't find the second gang. They seem to have taken your money and left you, or at least they're not coming to you right now. The first group of kids that you found, that you talked to and you gave the gold to, you find them, and you find them generally in the same area of where they were. They're kind of like over here still, just kind of doing their thing. And they see you approach, and the one who you gave the gold to runs up to you and says, "Oh, mister, I have some information for you. Well, he came here 25 years ago, and he's been a fisherman, and then became a mayor 5 years ago. That's it. He's a good guy. I think. Bye."
Great.
And then goes to run away.
One of them look like alfalfa. Are they the fucking little rascals?
Never alfalfa. Fucking losers.
How quickly would we need to leave this village if we killed all the kids in it?
Kellen, thank you for reading my mind. I'm willing to burn this town to the ground.
So I've added goggles of night to your thing. You now have 60 feet of dark vision.
The rock next to the gate is named after you. So
it's true.
Don't forget about Taco Bell.
So as you guys bed down for the night, you will actually level up to level 3. So you guys are all level 3 now, and that is where we will go ahead and end the session until next time, where we will pick back up anyway inside of Sanwa to see what else the city, our town, has for you, or
I'm
who
burning
knows.
it to the ground.
But all right.